Come on, you piece of shit. Swear to God, if we get another red light, oh my god. Fuck it, might as well search while we wait. If you can see / hear me, let me know. Please put it in the comments down below or to the side, whatever the fuck. Looks like it's working. Now we just gotta wait for stream delay to catch up. I think, anyway.
Rocket head on
Are we gonna work internet? Are we gonna fucking work today? Oh. This is all ready, you guys? The day just started, and I already want it to be over. Internet's being a bitch. It was fine the last 2 days, basically. But now, it wants to be shit, because I click go live. Woo. Oh, Lord have mercy. Is it working now? Oh, I think it is. Oh, thank the gods. Now we gotta hope it doesn't cut out. After the last stream ended, where we lagged, it stopped like maybe an hour after that. The internet was fine. And then it was good all day yesterday. All this morning, I woke up at 1 to watch the game. No problems all morning. The moment I start the stream, it went out. The moment. So it's like, you motherfucker. Anyway. I think we're doing alright. But hello, everyone. I'm done ranting. Well, just kidding. Ranting about that. Not about the Mando episode. Where should we even begin? Where should we even begin on this episode, or this season as a whole? I don't know. How do I want to say what I'm gonna say without just sounding like a negative Nancy? I don't know. Let's start by saying I enjoyed the episode individually. Putting it in the whole season, though, I don't know. This season just fucking sucks, to be honest. I'll fucking say it. I'm not really, like, the episodes individually are okay, but structuring them together sucks. And then you have the guys, I already saw that people arguing, oh, well, you know, one thing I learned is every little thing here always ties into something. Yes, that's true. Game of Thrones was excellent at that, yet not every episode fucking sucked or was off to some other fucking random shit that didn't matter, so that argument doesn't work. But holy fuck, this season fucking is clearly just a setup season. This fucking sucks. Like, they're gonna need to do some gigantic shit in the next 2 episodes for me to be like, okay, it's worth it. But, like, we even kind of mentioned it when the previous season ended, where it was like, alright, well, we've got rid of Grogu with Luke. Like, oh man. Now it's gonna be him working with Mandalore, where it's like, that's cool, I wouldn't mind watching that, but that alone is gonna be kind of at least for me, not that exciting as the main plot point. They're gonna need something else. And so far, that's literally all we're getting, and it's not even getting it good, I don't think. Like, they're trying to dick me down, but they kind of just rub their dick on me, and they haven't put it in yet. Like, put it in, Daddy! But no, they haven't done that yet. So, I don't know. So much just, how do I explain it? A lot of filler. Like, we were always talking about, like, the side quests. The Mandalorian's always had side quests. It's structured more like a video game or even a book sometimes, which I don't mind, but they have to remember it's a TV show also. You're not actually reading a book or playing a video game, so you can have aspects of that side quest stuff, but man, I feel like they're going into the side quest stuff way too much this season. Like, legit, we have 2 episodes left, and we don't know who the bad guy is. And that's not a good thing either, where everybody's like, ooh, I love suspense. That's not suspense. We don't even know if Gideon's alive or is it Thrawn. We don't know shit. There hasn't been any outside forces other than random TIE fighters coming in. And even with the whole, oh, it's going to be a civil war, even the Mandos aren't really doing too much shit. They're just kind of walking around doing a side mission, and then the Mandos are like, alright, you kick my ass, and then you talk, and now I'm on your side. There's not a whole lot of shit going on here, honestly. I'm like, the episode itself, I love the planet, it was cool, I like that type of backstory, But overall, and the whole structure of a season, I don't like it. It's horrible. And I'm going to be honest, I've said it before, I'm going to kind of repeat myself here. I really think a lot of this stems from them bringing Grogu back in the Book of Boba. I think they had a plan, and then that fucking changed the moment they said, bring Grogu back. It feels so sloppy and badly put together. You know, it's fun. They have fun moments. I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm a Star Wars fan who enjoys fun moments, but I also enjoy good writing, and this season does not have good writing. It is just a whole, like a hodgepodge of stuff, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on? Who's the bad guy? Is Gideon alive? Is it Gideon and Thrawn? Is Thrawn, like, what's going on? Mandalorian Civil War? Like, they're not even fighting. It's just that one dude talking, and then he was like, oh no, some random wannabe General Grievous beat you, and now the Darksaber's yours. Like, I don't know. These last 2 episodes are gonna have to be fucking 10 out of 10 amazing for me to be like, this season was good. And even then, I'm gonna still say the season structure was horrible, but hopefully they have some really hype moments. I think they will. But to be fair, I've been saying that since we had 4 episodes to go, and the last 2 still haven't really done it. They've had some cool moments. But in terms of actually like a season and structuring it, it's not really that good. I'm like, holy shit, bro. What is this? And by the way, Jack Black, I love Jack Black. I didn't mind him being in there. Lizzo though, I didn't like her acting. I didn't like her acting. But you know, it's just a cameo. It's alright, but it gave me Kenobi vibes where the acting was just, you could tell they weren't actors. So like, she's not an actor in fairness to her. But you know, yeah, I could definitely tell. Let's put it that way.
Elite agent now arriving.
Like I think they keep fucking shooting themselves in the foot because they keep doing 8 episodes, and there's hardly any time in a lot of these episodes. I think they gotta stop that. If they're gonna do this much side traveling and side quests, and a lot of what a lot of people would call filler, depending on how you want to look at it, they need to make more seasons like Andor, or not more seasons, more episodes like Andor. Because it's just, I feel like we've already went through 6 episodes, and we don't know who the bad guy is. Like, what are we doing? And well, the argument is, we always have had side quests in the Book of Boba. And Mandalorian. That's true. But you always kind of could see where the story was going, and there was always the main plot was still there. Even on a side quest, it was still there. And yes, technically that is the case here, but the main plot is being developed so bad, you're not really into it. Like, whoop-de-doo, they're gonna go take Mandalore. Okay, that's cool. They've already united most people. Okay, where are we going from here? Like, what are we doing? We didn't even have to fight these guys. Like, fucking wannabe Grievous beat him. He's like, okay, he just took the story is fact. Like, they could be lying, you know, but he's like, oh no, that would mean she could have Darksaber. They make these Mandalorians look like fucking, what do you call them? Cavemen. Oh, you have Saber. You are leader. Like, there's no, what, you know, she could be lying. Like, Mando could have been lying there. No, I believe. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. This fucking season is by far my least favorite season so far, man. They're gonna have to make me like, they're gonna have to introduce Thrawn and do some badass shit for me to be like, all right, at least we got Thrawn. But like, Jesus Christ, I am not. This season is just, I don't know. It's all right, but in terms of a grand story arc, it's fucking shit so far. But at least all the what do you call them? I shouldn't say that. Let's put it this way. I watched a couple react. I've talked about them before. The mom is just in love with Grogu, and the dad is a Star Wars fan who like actually likes good writing. And throughout that, they're the only channel I watch react to it. And she was, look at Grogu! And then he's making a face like, there's Jack Black, like, and it's like, that sums me up right there, where it's like, you can see the two sides right there. And that couple who does that channel, you have both. You have the Star Wars, who they just want to see Grogu and funny shit, and then you have the good writing. And you could see how the bad writing / I like Grogu was happy, but the good writing side, we're like, what are we doing here, man? How many episodes are they? Like, I feel like they're almost lying to us about how many episodes are in the season. Like, psych, we actually got like 12, bitch. That would be, okay, you got me there. You got me, but only having 2 more, I'm like, what is this? What is this, man? Anyway, hello, Raven. Yeah, it was very, cartoony new, but it did have some good moments, especially if you like the Clone Wars. Those are the moments that saved Rebels for me. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that whole when the Archutessens came out of or came up behind him, I was like, okay, here we go. Here, oh, it's just those guys again. Okay, them having a little fleet is cool. I like that. I like fleet structure and seeing the ships they have. I'm like, it's a shitty fleet, but compared to just Mando and one ship, that's a good little fleet they got going right there with some fighters. They got some, what are those, Gazanthis. They got the Archutessens or whatever it's called. That's good. I like it. Okay, that's a nice little thing, you know. Thrawn would rape that in a millisecond, but I'm just saying, you know, I like seeing the fleet structure. I would rather than be doing shit, going and capturing ships, and we could add this to the fleet, that type of shit, than watching Doc over here fucking be a traitor, some separatist Dooku fanboy. Like, come on, dude. What is this shit? I don't know, man. I know I'm not going to have the majority of opinions on my side, but it's just... I enjoy Star Wars, and I enjoy the jokes, but I also enjoy good writing. And right now, I'm not getting my good writing side filled anyway. And the thing that worries me, a lot of the stuff I'm saying is very similar to how I felt in Book of Boba and Kenobi. And we all know what I think about those shows. So it's like, oh, shit, bro. Come on, don't do this to me. I will go on record, though. I think it all stems from them bringing Grogu back. This season would have been so much better if they didn't do that in the Book of Boba. And they had Grogu and Luke scenes alongside the story arc. The storyline that's going on. But for some fucking dumb reason, some higher up said, you know what we should do? Bring Grogu back with Mando already. Even though they can be in the same show still. You still get to see Grogu. They wanted them to be back together. And I have a feeling, if I could go and find a 100% truth, I'm pretty sure it's going to stem from that. That they're like, we want them back, and now that's why the season's not written that well. It was a last-second decision after the success of the first two. They had to change quickly and try to adapt, and so far, there's a lot of holes in this shit. Because the writing for this season fucking sucks. It's like, it has some cool moments. It's fun to watch. I don't mind that you can enjoy it for that. I enjoy that part of it too. I like seeing Grogu getting scratched and looking all cute. I like that shit. But damn, bro, this fucking season, not very good so far. And honestly, how do you put it? I don't want to be this guy because it could still be wrong. But I'm kind of getting the vibe of Kenobi where the writing kind of sucked. The acting kind of sucked. The shooting of scenes kind of sucked. But they had Darth Vader to carry it. They're like, all right, but we got Vader and Kenobi. That's it. Let's go. It's still going to be good, even though the other shit's kind of lackluster. I hope they're not doing that with Thrawn. Where it's like, all right, you're going to get Thrawn. The rest of the show kind of sucks, but you're going to get Thrawn. And that's the vibe I'm kind of getting. And if that's the way Star Wars is going to start shooting shows, man, bro, I'm not going to be that excited for Star Wars. I'll watch it because, you know, I do love Star Wars overall, but Jesus Christ, Mando was like the saving grace of Star Wars so far, and right now I feel that bad writing seeping into it, and that's really worrying me.
Do whatever you have to do to contact our people.
You're going to be seeing more of Thrawn. In some way, shape, or form. Is dumb is the way they rescued or kept Thrawn alive in Rebels with some random whales grabbing him. At least it saves him for live action. That's my only reason I was able to overlook that whole stupid ending in Rebels.
Droids amassing at factory. Need immediate assistance.
Copy that, trooper. Mobilizing response team. Hold on down there.
Don't celebrate yet. We still need something to push the droids back.
Yeah, we called it in the beginning, Ron, but yeah, I was hoping they were going to figure out a way to write it in correctly, and they did a horrible job. That move that I'm 99.99% positive was a higher-up decided, to me, that one move hurt Book of Boba, because he already didn't have a lot of time for himself, and now they spent a whole episode and a half or whatever on Grogu, which shouldn't have been there. As great as those scenes were, they shouldn't have been in that show. So that move hurt Book of Boba, and now since they rushed it, it's also now hurting the Mandalorian's writing as well. I'm like, again, we're one bad move where some people are like, oh, you're just being negative. Look what's happened though. Book of Boba was shit. They didn't have enough time to develop it, where if he had had another episode and a half dedicated to him, maybe they could have done a better job. And now we're seeing it here with Grogu, where it's like, it just doesn't make much sense. This season's disappointing to me so far. Thrawn's gonna have to come in and be my fucking daddy. Otherwise, I swear to God, if this season ends and there's no Thrawn shit and it's just, oh, Gideon's alive. Oh, he's coming for season 4. I'm like, dude, did we really need season 3? Really? Really? I don't feel like we would actually need season 3 if that's the way it ends. Because we don't even know Gideon. I swear to God, if Gideon is the fucking exciting piece. Oh, look what's happening in season 4. Gideon's back. Oh no, Gideon's back. We don't need season 3 to build up to that shit. You could have filmed most of this shit, summed it up in 2 episodes, and then got into that shit. Like, come on, dude. I don't know, man. I'm not against the side quests, but when they don't put any time towards the main plot line, or very little time, I don't know. I feel like they could do such a better job. I always bring up Game of Thrones, but Jesus Christ. House of the Dragon shit's all over Mando. Like, it's not even close in terms of writing. It's not even in the same ballpark on the same planet. Like, it's just... The way they structured their season was 100% better than how Mando's structuring the season. Or how the... I sound like I'm blaming Mando. But as the Mando season is being structured, it's horrible, honestly. It's just fucking horrible. Like, what is this? No, I don't get on Reddit and pay attention to all that stuff. Believe it or not. I don't have faith anymore. Not after Book of Boba and Kenobi. Those 2 shows suck. Minus the Darth Vader shit. But again, I've been saying, oh, I feel like the next 4 episodes are going to be good. Then that episode came out. Okay. The next 3 are going to be really good. And then the next episode come out. Okay, next 2 for sure. Next 2. I'm like, dude, when are we going to get to some juicy shit, bro? Like, fuck, dude. They don't need Thrawn to sell merchandise. They already got a bunch of Grogu they already shoved down everyone's throat to sell merchandise. Sadly, I don't think it's working too much. Everybody seems to be saying this season's the worst of the lot. Like, good job, you guys. I don't know, man. These next 2 episodes are gonna be they're gonna have to be huge for me. Again, the episode individually is all right, but in terms of an overall arc, like tying it into a season, which whether you like it or not, that is what this is. They're doing a horrible job. It just doesn't even make sense. It almost feels like, look, let's do some side story stuff, and then, all right, towards the end we'll throw in something so we can make the claim that we're still telling an overall story. But like, I don't even really care that Mando's not going to be the one with the darksaber. I don't really, realistically, I don't care about that. People are mad about that. I really don't give a shit about that, to be honest. That's the least of my goddamn fucking worries right now. But I definitely have seen a lot of people mad that Mando just gave up the darksaber. I don't know if it stems from people were thinking they were going to have this big duel between him and Katan, or they thought he should be the rightful ruler. I don't know where that stems from. I think it's a little bit of both. But.
Take him down, or we're gonna have company.
Like, I could definitely feel it though. Even just before we even saw Grogu come back in Book of what did I say about Grogu come back in Book of Boba? It kind of had a vibe that the storyline was gonna be a little lackluster in this next season. And then Book of Boba came out with the Grogu stuff, and I'm like, oh shit. Warning flags going off everywhere, and now we're getting it where it's just like, it just doesn't really, compared to the last 2 seasons of Book of Boba or Mando, it's not even close. Like, those seasons were so much better structured than this one, and that still involved them having all the side quests that people don't like, and they were still better structured than this. So you can't blame the bad structuring on side quests, because it's been much better structured in the last 2 seasons. But this one, I don't even know that. To me, it's, if someone put a gun on my head and said, tell me why you think this happened, otherwise I'll shoot you, you gotta get it right, I would say it's because they rushed Grogu back. They had to quickly redo some of the scenes, and it just, the overall writing suffered because of it. I really think it has a lot to do with that shit, where it was just, they didn't take as much time writing this. They had probably already had a story planned out, and then all of a sudden the higher-ups were like, you know what, due to Grogu's success, and everybody loves him, you know. He's bringing in all these new viewers, so like, we need to get him back with Grogu and Mando. They're the duo.
I blame myself.
But I'll just say Kathleen. I'm not just gonna blame Kathleen like all those other YouTubers who are still doing that. But just her. She represents, when I say Kathleen, I mean her and the higher ups. not just her. They're gonna be like, well, Kathleen, we can have Grogu be in the scenes, just not with Mando. No, we need the duo together. That is what's getting everyone excited. I feel like that's the story that went down, and then they're like, do something about this, Favreau, and it's like,
Stay alert.
I don't know. But that's just me. That's what I mean. Gideon, I don't mind Gideon, but if he's gonna be the main dude with 2 episodes left, like, come on, man, what the fuck is this shit? He's already lost twice when you think about it. Like, he's not the main bad guy. So, like, really, based off how I've seen it, how I've seen the season play out, these next 2 episodes, I think they're structuring it more towards the casual fans. So if I'm looking at it from that standpoint, casual fans probably think Gideon's alive and that he's going to be the main bad guy. I think that's where they're going. And I think they're going to try to throw him one of those subvert expectations, surprise, surprise, and ultimately Thrawn's going to be the one to be the big reveal. It's kind of got to be, for me anyway, it's kind of got to be that at this point. Like, because it's just not really, like, I swear to God, if Gideon comes back and I'm alive, ah, ha, 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 and then it ends, and now we got to wait another 3 years to then go see Gideon be the bad guy again. That, I mean, honestly, that will 100% put Andor as my favorite show. Not even a competition if they completely butcher this season, which so far, I don't want to say completely butcher, but it's been pretty lackluster is a nicer way of putting it. I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate for saying that, because I know there's a lot of fans like, I saw it on Twitter. They keep recommending me or putting in my For You page. I don't know how people hate this. I mean, it's pretty fucking easy to see how we hate it. If you only look at it from, I just want to have happy Star Wars shit, I mean, there you go, you can. But in terms of good writing, far from it. Not even close. That's the thing. I wouldn't mind this episode. I mean, I really didn't dislike the episode by itself. I dislike it in the grand structure of the season. That's the thing I gotta be very clear on. But this episode could have been good, but the fact that we only have, nothing's really happened so far this season in terms of, like, we don't even know who the bad guy is yet, really. And there's only 8 episodes, and now 2 left. It does not really fit. Like, we're going in towards the ending. We need to start building up, and this did not really build up. I mean, yeah, you got the Mandos reuniting with Sabine, or not Sabine, with Katan, but it's like, okay, now what? What do we do now? Where are we going next episode? What's the plan, you guys? What's the plan for next episode? So they got the Mandos back together. They didn't have to fight. What are they gonna do? Let's go back to Mandalore. Okay, let's try to see where it goes from what we know so far. We don't really know what the next plan is. I'm guessing they're gonna go back to Mandalore, and they're gonna start trying to rebuild. Okay, so now how are we gonna factor in the bad guys coming in? Let's go down that hypothetical route. So what's gonna happen? They're gonna get back to Mandalore, and then all of a sudden the Empire attacks. What's gonna be the catch? Because we only got 2 episodes. They gotta speed it up. So where do we go? Let's try to. It's more happy talk going that way. Where do you think these next 2 episodes are gonna go?
They're unprotected.
Because Katan's not fighting Mando now. We've established that. He doesn't want it. He gave it back already, so that's not happening. I just got frozen around the corner. That's fine. We don't know who the bad guy is. It could be Gideon or Thrawn. Maybe a combination of the both, which is fine. But we don't know. So what's their plan for next episode? Go back to Mandalore is the only thing I can think of. Like, we got everyone. Let's go to Mandalore. And then I guess you would have one of those guys attack. Gideon or Thrawn would come and attack. But... So I'm guessing these next 2 episodes are going to be really cool. But in fairness, I've been wrong because I've been saying that since 4 episodes ago. But I really don't... Again, where I just don't think the structure is that good. We don't even know what's going to happen, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but when you structure the season this way, it kind of sucks. I'm all for being surprised. I don't mind surprises, but right now, the structure of the season is pretty garbage, honestly. I'm like, so what? Now Gideon's going to come attack? Because, I mean, it's got to be something like that. Gideon or Thrawn come and attack. Because clearly, someone out there doesn't like Bo-Katan. They attacked her castle. That could be Gideon, or it could be Thrawn. Again, because in, what was it, Rebels? Was it Rebels? Yeah, it was Rebels. The Mandos fucked up Thrawn at one point. So that would have a direct tie-in to him. So now maybe, now that they get word that Katan, maybe there's a spy, maybe they just catch on, maybe it's just bad timing for Katan they'll find out that, oh, she's rising up and building up Mandalore. She has the fleet. Thrawn's gonna be like, you know what, let's go take him out. But again, even then, I'm like, would Thrawn really be too worried? I don't think Thrawn would be that worried where he would have to force his hand and attack Bo-Katan. See, you could structure it a little differently. It's a little late for that now, unless they want to do this next season. There would have to be, to make Thrawn think Bo-Katan is a serious enough threat for him to expose himself and attack her. It would have to be set up more like this, where, okay, Bo-Katan's leading a group trying to take back Mandalore. She has a small fleet. They're attacking the Mandalorians that are currently on Mandalore, or wherever, you know, the opposition force. And she then gets help from the New Republic. That would be worrying, because then now the New Republic could send some of its equipment and ships. I would factor in a little, not nothing big. Then with her fleet, he could start seeing that as being a threat to him. Where it's like, all right, now they're building up a fleet. Bo-Katan's rising to power. She's already attacked me. I might want to nip this in the bud before it gets bigger. That would make more sense in terms of structuring and why Thrawn personally would have to attack her. That's what worries me, because then it might just be Gideon, and I've already said, Gideon being the main bad guy and the end piece of this season is going to be absolute shit lackluster. I don't give a shit about Gideon. As cool as he is, him being the ending is not that exciting to me. Like, oh, Gideon's back. Oh, shit, dude. Okay, that's cool and all. He's already got his ass handed to him twice, but we'll just do it a third time. Strike 3, he's out. So, to me, they got to tie it into Thrawn, and I don't see it. How, right now? Best TV show to watch of recent years? House of the Dragon. Simple. Out of shows I've watched, House of the Dragon's writing was phenomenal. Acting was phenomenal. Andor's up there, too, for good writing. Doesn't have enough clickbait for the juicy scenes, though. That's its main downfall and why people don't like it as much. I don't mind Jack Black showing up. I don't even mind Lizzo showing up, but she was not a good actress. I really hope she was just a one-time thing and we're done with her, because I didn't. Her facial expression, she's not a good actress. That's all I'm gonna say. And again, that's not what she is. You know, she's not. I understand. If they asked me to do a cameo, I would do it too with no acting skill. I'm not blaming her. It's just I don't want to see that, especially when the season's already been so lackluster. If the season has been better and it's like, all right, I'm down to have Lizzo come in and, you know, her acting sucks, but, you know, it's all for fun, you know. But when there's none of the big juicy stuff happening, I'm like, the little things add up to me. I've always said that, and it's just one of those, like, come on, Lizzo. Jack Black, I love Jack Black. I know some people don't like him. I love Jack Black. But still, I'm like, I'm not against cameos in Star Wars. I get where people definitely don't like it. I'm partially like that too, where I can see where people think it does take you out of the world, but at the same time, I'm okay with it, especially if they do a good job. And then people were saying, oh, Boba's gonna show up in the next 2 episodes. But again, why? Why would he show up? We don't even know what the bad guys are. Gideon comes back. I guess would Mando call him for help? But maybe. Maybe it will go like all of a sudden they're back on Mandalore. Maybe they'll have an episode where we're rebuilding. It's so happy. Oh no, here's the Empire. You know, something like that. And we need all the help we can get. Boba! We're reuniting Mandalore. They're kicking our ass. We need you to fight for Mandalore. And he'll come over with some of his dudes. Maybe Fennec will pop up, you know, shit like that, maybe. You know, because she goes where Boba goes. She's his enforcer, as you can clearly fucking tell, since Boba doesn't know what the fuck he's doing anymore in his own show. Which is fine. I love Fennec, but damn, Boba, you could do something too, bitch. What? I just don't know. I like the Solstins, though. That was good. I like seeing the pancake faces in there. That was good. That was fucking good. Let's go. That was the best part of that episode, honestly. See my goddamn pancakes.
Republic has damaged the NTT. Wipe out the clones.
Yeah, I've heard about that shooting. Yeah, that's the thing, Eduardo. I'm getting that vibe too, which really saddens me, because I know not everyone's loved the first 2 seasons of Mando, but in terms of what we've gotten from Star Wars in recent years, it was by far the best thing. I mean, except I still think Rogue One is fucking top movie out there, Star Wars movie. But in terms of shows and shit, Mando was the sole thing carrying it, really. Rogue One, as good as it was, it didn't really advance the story. Again, it's kind of like Andor, the show, where it's like, it's great, but it doesn't advance the story. We already know the outcome of the stories, which I think is one of its main downfalls. Even though I love Andor, it's not advancing the Star Wars story like Mando is. That's why there's so much more hype around Mando, because all the new stuff that could possibly happen. We already know the outcome of Andor, give or take a few of the small details. So that's why I still say Mando was the best, and right now they're kind of throwing it away from me, honestly. And that's really sad, because I really think it all stems from the Grogu decision, and I love Grogu. Absolutely love Grogu. I agree that he should be the next Star Wars thing. He will be the main guy. They're setting him up now. He'll be the main dude that can advance the storyline a few hundred years into the future. All new shit. He's established, got the right training, everything. I think that's good. But the way they're shooting him this season is absolutely horrible, because they didn't need to do it. He could still be on screen. You could still get your fill of Grogu, but he's just not going to be with the Mando this season. He'll come back, but he's not going to be with Mando right now. He's going to be with Luke. And just structuring that whole story arc in there. With him training with Luke. I mean, yeah, even seeing Ahsoka. All that stuff they did in Book of Boba, where they kind of feel like they squeezed it in. They could have elaborated on that, and we would have had more Luke, more Ahsoka, more Grogu. All that could have been in here and done well alongside the Mando. That would help the pacing of this season, where not a whole lot is going on. At least you're getting to see some big moments and big characters. Where right now we're not really getting to see any of that either. So it's like them rushing him back is by far a single worst Star Wars move in many of the shows. I think of any of the shows, honestly. Like, it's just, because you could make the case with the sequels. I wouldn't say the mistakes were that bad, because they never had it. It was never that good to begin with. Nobody knew. Grogu was set up already, and he was great, and now they're kind of overdoing it. And not in the right way, where it's like, you could still have Grogu, but the way you shot it in does not make any fucking sense. So they made a huge mistake by that, and it's so sad. Everything was right there! Again, let's bring up Krennic. We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close! And then some higher up was like, you know what we should do? Let's start butting in and just telling people how to write shit. Like, motherfucker, dude. Haven't you learned that doesn't work? You guys fucking suck, dude. Let Favreau and Filoni do this shit on their own and just get the fuck out of the way. But no. They didn't want to do that. So, I don't know. Grogu's back being held by Lizzo. Should be being held by Luke right now, but you know, I guess we wanted a Lizzo cameo more. So I'd much rather see Grogu with Lizzo than Luke or Ahsoka or some of that, you know. Of course, Vader gets views, Dookie doesn't. Especially when we're ranting about the Mando. Getting straight. Ooh, wow, that jumped on me. Yeah, it's a pretty big downfall compared to the previous two seasons. Like, those previous seasons had their flaws, if you will, but damn, the overall structure was there, where the overall structure is not here. And it's just like, dude, we could do better. That's what annoys me the most with Star Wars now. They act like it's either fan service or good writing. You can do both. You don't need to pick and choose. You can do both. Don't give me the shit you ain't got money. You got plenty motherfucking money to do both. But they choose to just do one or the other, which really fucking grinds my gears. Like this guy shooting me in my asshole right now. Game of Thrones was fun and entertaining, but had a great story. Even Star Wars made much more sense. Now they can only do one or the other. Can Grogu save the Boba series? No. Fucking horrible.
You defy me?
Could have been better if he wasn't in there, because that would have given more time for Boba's developing in his show that really didn't have a whole lot going on. Everyone's like, dang, there's not a lot happening, and but then they waste time with Grogu, and damn, Ray, you got a big lightsaber. Oh no, I got shot. I hope so. At this point, yeah, Ahsoka's gonna have to carry. She's gonna have to be the future of Star Wars right now, which is fine. I love Ahsoka, but I mean, if Ahsoka comes out and it's anything like this, they lost me at that point. Like, I'll still watch because it's Star Wars, but I'm literally not gonna go into it excited. It's like, all right, dude, this is just gonna be dumbed down. Let's not even bother watching. No, I'm pretty sure that I don't think the plan was for this to be the last season of Mando. I'm pretty sure now. Maybe if it's so bad, they will. But even then, people are gonna want to see Grogu. So I don't think it's the last season. And if it is the last season of Mando, Jesus Christ, what a horrible send off. Not even doing shit in his own goddamn show. And again, I love Bo-Katan, but. That's what I'm saying, Rogers. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it'll be the next trilogy, Apollo, but he's definitely the future.
Transmission received.
Whether they have another trilogy set in here between there with some other shit, maybe they'll do that and then him. But it's very obvious to me the way they're setting him up to be the next big guy. And they're doing a good job up until this season, or Book of Boba. They were doing a good job. But he will be getting in a movie at some point, I would imagine. Unless they want to focus solely on him being in shows. But he'll have his own show and he'll be the main focus and actually have the writing be around it. Not just him be the cute thing everybody looks at, you know. Basically, Rogers, I agree. I don't get it, man. I really don't. I'm so disappointed. This could have been so much better. I mean, yeah, in a certain way you could look at it, Grogu's gonna be the saving thing of Star Wars because everybody loves him. But then you get those money-hungry fucking higher-ups who don't know how to set up shit properly. They were doing a great job with the first two seasons. Like, oh, he's set up. He ages slow. He's trained by absolutely everyone. He's tied into everyone. That gets rid of Rey's problem and not having training. We got a gold mine. But then they get a little too greedy. Like, but, you know, even though he's set up perfectly to be in, like, a whole shit ton of shit and everyone love him, let's fuck up the writing and bring him back with Mando now. And let's do that. That'll fuck up the Book of Boba. Or hurt it. I don't want to blame it, but it definitely hurt. It helped hurt the Book of Boba. And let's fuck up the Mando Season 3 writing just to have them be together because the duo's working. That type of thinking is what ruins shows right there. Fucking morons. I swear to God, dude. I'm a greedy motherfucker myself, but if I'm one of them, on the table on the council with all these other fucking tards, I'd be like, yeah, but we already have him set up perfectly. He will make us money. Let's not start doing bad writing on top of it to get him back. That's going to lose fans. No, we need to bring him back now. You're a fucking dumbass. And then they fire me. But they should not have done that. I could have told them that from the beginning. And no, that's not some hindsight thing where it's like, oh, you can say that now because you've seen it. I could have told them that from the start. We were ranting about that shit from the moment that shit got brought up. It's like, I see where this is going. I don't fucking like it. There it is. It's like, it's not something you have to look into too deeply. It's very easily, in terms of good writing, it's not the way to go. That was an easy decision. But only some fucking moronic higher-ups could think otherwise. It's like, don't fucking do that, bro. And let's say we're wrong. Let's say it's not the higher up. Let's say Favreau was the one writing it, and it's solely Favreau or Filoni's fault. In that case, I think we should get rid of him, because goddamn, Jesus Christ. They might have done some good shit in the past, but fucking hell, that was a stupid move. That's kind of like not shooting yourself in the brain level of stupid. Like, I kind of want to live to be 50. Well, maybe don't put the gun to your head and pull the trigger. I think I'm going to do it. And then, poof, oh, he shot himself. Well, you know, I did like him, but, well, fuck, if he's that stupid, thank God he's not leading anything. Like, if you're really that stupid to do that and shoot yourself, like, there you go. Like, that would be the equivalent of that, just bringing Grogu back in that bad writing. Especially when a clear path to have him be there already was easily in place. They didn't need to bring him back the way they did. It was fucking ridiculous. It's like, fuck, dude.
Entering the junkyard, taking control.
And then that's what annoys me when you see these guys on Twitter. I don't see how anyone hates this. Bitch, shut the fuck up, dude. Jesus Christ. Those dudes solely only watched for Grogu and let's have fun. And, you know, it's like, that's fine. You can have fun, but then don't start getting mad at people who want good writing. And then when they call that shit out, I don't see the problem. Because you're not looking at it from that standpoint, you fucking moron. You stupid shit. They always think they're right, though. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You can have fun and have good writing. Apparently to them, you can either only have fun or can only have good writing. There's no in between. And then when you get something good with good writing, those guys don't like Android. So like, there we go. And we're stuck in the fucking cycle we're stuck in now. Unfortunately. Actually, ridiculous. I actually would agree with that. I'd rather it just be one guy who has a vision. I know they've done it in the movies too, but with the way they're failing at a lot of the stuff, I would at least say, why don't we just try one season where we have one guy doing it? I would actually go down there. I was saying the same thing with the sequels, where to me that was the best way to show the flaws of that, the structure of having different people doing shit. Because you would get each director. You have what, J.J. Abrams, he had his ideas of how he was going to shoot it. But then you switch to Rian Johnson, he had his own ideas, which kind of contradicted some of Abrams. And then when they go back to Abrams, now he had to fix the contradictions from the other one. Like, for example, Kylo breaking his helmet in a fit of rage, and then all of a sudden now he builds the helmet back up. It's like, now you're taking time out of scenes you could have shot doing something cooler, but now we need to correct the mistakes from the previous one. Where if you had just stuck with Abrams, not saying it would have been good, but at least he could have carried through with his ideas that could have been better. You know what I mean? Am I explaining it right? Where you just kind of keep flipping and doing your own shit. Even if the writing is, they have an overall story of where they want to go, you can still see the differences in, I guess, directing and even just small things where they're like, let's have him be mad and do this and throw a temper tantrum. And then now we got to fix that for the next scene because he needs his fucking helmet. Why'd you break his helmet? You know, shit like that. Like, I'm not even for Mando in this case. I'm not even blaming Howard or whatever her name, Dallas Bryce Howard, whatever the fuck her name is. Like, to me, this whole thing isn't really director problems, though. This is more overall structure of writing problems. So it's a little different than the sequels that we just talked about. Because it's like, I don't feel the directors are the problem. The last time I felt the director was the problem was in Book of Boba with that fucking, whatever his name is, I'm forgetting his name, but the guy I fucking hate. He was a horrible director. Absolutely fucking horrible. At least for Star Wars. Maybe he's made good movies in the past. What's his name? Mexican dude. That's why I hate him according to people. Oh, you just don't like it because he's Mexican? Bitch, I'm fucking half Mexican too, dumb shit. And he fucking sucked. I'm not one of those guys. Oh my god, it's so good to have a Mexican here with all his representation. I feel represented. Bitch, shut the fuck up. How many Mexicans think like that, dude? No Mexicans I know that like Star Wars think like that. They're like, why the fuck does this shit suck? Like, get the fuck out of here with that. Oh, it's all we're represented now. I swear to God, if you pick directors based off that shit, dude, shut the fuck up. Just make a good fucking movie or show, and people will like it. Like, come on, dude. You know how many fucking Mexican kids I knew in school with me, and we all love fucking Star Wars? We weren't worried about representation. Oh, you know I love Star Wars, but we need a fucking Mexican in here, otherwise I'm not gonna like it. Nobody fucking thinks that way, dude. Except stupid-ass higher-ups who listen to... They're on Twitter a little too much. Like, stop listening to these fucking morons, dude. I swear to God. They just stay on Twitter in their own little bubble, though, and hear those fucking dumb ones who they base their whole argument of liking your show or not on if they're fucking represented. Like, dude, if that's how you're judging movies, dude, I think you should do something else. Like, honestly, get the fuck out of here, dude. Pretty much every kid I knew, maybe it was just my little group in school, we all love Star Wars. Like, where the fuck? Yeah, Robert Rodriguez, that fucking loser. That guy fucking sucks. Fuck that guy, dude. Jesus Christ. I should watch Book of Boba back and just rant about it. Because I could. I could probably find so many more problems that we didn't see on the first watch through. Jesus Christ. But I want to be represented, bitch. I just want a good fucking show, dude. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. I don't care who's writing the show. White, black, Mexican, trans, whatever. Is it going to be a good show? That's as far as my thinking goes. I'm a simpleton. Is it going to be a good show? Okay, then. I don't give a fuck who's doing it. Just, let's get someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, huh? Is that asking for too much nowadays? Can we just get someone who knows what the fuck they're doing? And not worry about the other shit? You best motherfucking believe if they put out, if Book of Boba was good, I'm like, ooh, it's good, but oh, a Mexican did it? I don't like Mexicans. Who the fuck think like that? There's such a small group of people who would think like that. Why are you basing your shit around that? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh, don't even get... See, it's just rants, you guys. They're gonna cancel me one day, but it's fine. My channel's dead. We made a grand total of $0 so far to stream. Let's go. I don't give a fuck. Cancel me. Ha ha ha. You cancel me because I'm half Mexican, huh? Even though I don't look like it, huh? I don't speak Spanish. That's why you cancel me. I'll just play that card. So, oh shit, he got us. What do we do now? Yeah, we're gonna play Jedi Survivor. That's the plan. It's so rare when I call out a director too for being bad, but damn, Robert Rodriguez's episodes were shit. Jesus Christ. I mean, Book of Boba in general was, but you could tell. Didn't we even, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we even call it without looking? We didn't look who the director was. We just watched the episode and I go, Rodriguez directed that one. I'm pretty sure we did that on one of the episodes on stream. Where we're like, I bet that was Rodriguez, huh? Because there was a lot of stupid errors. And then you guys were like, yeah, it was Rodriguez. Like, you could see how bad it was. It was such bad directing, you could tell, like, yep, that's his episode, I bet, huh? Yep, there he is. Like, yep, call that one. And that's rare. Like, I haven't done that even with Mando, really. Mando has its own problems, but I don't think it's the director's. This is more overall structure of a show. I don't mind gay characters, trans characters, any characters. Just have it be written well. Don't just put them in so you can put the little check in the box next to them. Like, okay, do we have one of these in this show? Do we have one of these? Do we have one of these? To me, that's more racist and fucked up or whatever, however you want to look at it, than not having them in there. Like, I don't even get where people don't agree with that opinion, honestly. It's crazy to me. I'm going to get in trouble for this rant. We've done it before, but... Like, oh, we got the perfect writing. Oh, but you know, we don't have a black guy. Go get a black guy. We need a black guy in here for inclusion. Which is better? Them saying that or just having the character written well and he not be a black guy? To me, it's more offensive to just be like, oh, we got everything written, oh, but we don't have a black guy. Somebody go get a black guy. That sounds more racist to me, no? Like, if anything's pushing the racism side, isn't that more racist? We're like, shit, we don't got enough black dudes here. We need to get a black guy. Let's go get a black guy. Oh, we don't got an Asian. Somebody go grab an Asian so we can put him in here. To me, that sounds worse. Like, they don't want you for being an actor. They want you for your skin color or your race. To me, that's worse than not including them by just not having a character well written. That, to me, that's worse. But what do I know? What the fuck do I know? Like, they're gonna, nowadays at Disney, I'm pretty sure they go into the shooting of shows with a little paper. Like, all right, who do we got here? So we got an Asian guy, we got a black guy. Do we got a gay guy? We need a gay guy. Okay, now we need a trans guy now. We need a trans guy. What else do we not have? We don't have an Indian guy. We need an Indian guy. Let's get an Indian guy. Like, to me, it's kind of obvious they go down a checklist. I'm like, come on, dude. You can put all those guys in there. Just don't do it for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? But they're like, no, it's racist. Like, I don't think so. What do I know, though? That's how you know Robert was bad. Yeah, see, I'm glad I remember that right. Like, you could tell. Just based off how bad the episode was. Like, oh, that was Robert Rodriguez. I think you guys said that he did 3 episodes. I think that's how it went. So I knew he was going to do another episode or 2, depending on where we were in the season. Out of, like, when we had, like, 6 episodes left. So I was just guessing which one. And I was like, this is a Robert one, huh? I think it went like that. Something along those lines where it was like, it was so shit. I'm like, this is definitely fucking him. I can smell shit. Tell me again he's good, though. Maybe good at other shit. But in Star Wars, he was fucking horrible. Simple. I even remember saying he was probably even worse than Ryan Johnson. Honestly, I can't stand Ryan Johnson. Well, that's a bad thing. If I say you're worse than Ryan Johnson, Jesus motherfucking Christ, you're shit. I appreciate it, Apollo. I don't know why it's not popping up and he's not talking. That a donation just came through, but I appreciate it, good sir. I'm glad I looked. I appreciate it, Ridiculous. I haven't watched his videos, but I think he... I mean, I've watched some of his videos, but not recently on this topic. But I would imagine he's more along the lines of the way I'm thinking. Let me guess, he doesn't really like it, does he? He's not liking its structure or any of that shit. If I had to guess, he's probably saying that shit, right? And if he is, well then in that case, I agree. Make me general. I don't want to be... No, make me head of the CIA. He could be president. I don't want to be president. Make me the head of the CIA. I'll do all the dirty stuff that nobody wants to do under the table. We will scream we're good guys, and then I'll just be taking people out. That's more my... That sounds fun to me. You can be the president. I don't give a fuck. You can be the president. What do I think of the celebs? I don't really have a problem with the celebs being in there. My main problem was Lizzo. It was obvious she was not an actor. And like her scenes when she was particularly trying to convey emotion, it was like, yeah, she's not. But again, it's not a main character. It's just a brief thing. So at the end of the day, that's not what's gonna ruin Mando for me. I don't mind. I mean, to be honest, I hardly even know who Lizzo is. I don't know any of her music. I know who she is. I don't know much about her though. Jack Black though, I do love. But the moment they walked in, I'm like, is that motherfucking Jack Black sitting there? Before he was even really talking, I was like, is that Jack Black? Like, he just has a certain look to him. I'm like, oh shit, it's Jack Black. I gotta be honest, I wasn't really excited when I saw him. I was like, is that really Jack Black? But I didn't hate it either. It's not, it doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, let me not make that. No, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say something, but I held it. I held it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you a Lizzo song, but I know who she is. You see her all the time. Like, I swear to God, if they go into Book of Boba season 2 or whatever, like, we got Robert Rodriguez. I'm gonna be just waiting for his episodes to roast him. And maybe my whole thing is, even though I don't like him and I won't like the decision of him coming back, I'll still root for the motherfucker. Like, dude, I just want Star Wars to be good. Even though you fucked up previously, could you like do it good then? Maybe you learn from your mistakes. I'll still give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll still be like, he could learn from his mistake. But believe me, if he doesn't, I'm not gonna be one of those positive guys. I'll be like, oh, this motherfucker still sucks. Yeah. Do I think Disney will sell Lucasfilms? No, not even close. I wouldn't be mad if they did. I mean, there's probably better people out there other than Disney. But that doesn't sound like a Disney thing to do. Those motherfuckers are so dumb they don't even know how to shoot Grogu and stuff, so they're not selling it. They're just here for the money, and Star Wars has money, so I wouldn't believe that rumor at all. But you never know, maybe. But I don't see that happening. If I had to bet all my money on it, which ain't much, it would be, Disney's not getting rid of Star Wars anytime soon.
MTT in position.
That was what was cracking me up. Like, bro, you getting knighted, Grogu? Like, by her? You in this random planet, you didn't even know what it was.
Rearming for close attack.
He's a knight of this one place. I don't remember the name. What was the planet's name? Plazair, but then she said like of the ascendancy of systems, or she said like some title. I don't even remember. Like, whoa, good job, Grogu. You're so cool. That's the other thing. I can't say your name, but yeah. Gideon escaped how long ago? Like, they... This is where I'm a little confused. No matter what way you look at it, it's still a long time. But they tried to explain that Grogu was with Luke for a couple years, right? That's what... I don't know if that's true, but that's what some of you have told me. So if that's true, I'm like, bro, where the fuck have you been, Gideon? You've been gone for years now. You didn't just escape. Like, you've been gone for years. The fuck you at, dude? I don't know.
Station override in progress.
Like, as dumb as it is, and as much as we just called it out, I think my most thing I'm excited for most episode is that I really don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I knew in this next episode, based off what they said with Katana at the previous end of the other episode, was, oh, she's gonna go out and look for more Mandos. Probably gonna be her crew. Turned into a alright episode. On its own, it's alright. But in terms of the grand story, it's like, come on, get to the point. Now here, I don't really know what's going to happen next. I'm guessing we're going back to Mandalore, and after that, I don't know what's going to happen. So, at least from that standpoint, I'll be like, well, you never know. Maybe they'll surprise me. But
Override systems active.
if they don't introduce who the bad guy is next episode, and it's just some fucking, we're rebuilding Mandalore shit. Look, some of these guys who are hiding in the underbellies, those dudes who attacked Mando when he went back, those little monsters or whatever, they're like, we need to retake Mandalore from these guys. I'm like, is this really going to be the plot of episode 7? I don't give a fuck about those guys. I know you can shit on them. Do we really need to see it? Like, a whole episode of you shitting on them? I swear to God. I don't think they'll do that. But if that's their whole idea of this is going to be a badass episode, let's put it this way. You don't need to be calling Boba or the New Republic for help against those guys. Let's put it that way. Like, oh no, we need to get some of these subterranean dwellers. Oh my God, we don't have enough Mandos. Jesus Christ, if they're like, we need more men, I'm like, dude, you have that many Mandos now from both of these different groups. If you can't take back those little subterranean motherfuckers with that many Mandos, I think they're kind of destroying Mandos. They're like, you guys aren't that good of fighters then, are you? The fuck? That's my favorite thing to look forward to next episode is how are they going to tie in the Empire coming in? Is Gideon going to attack now? Is it going to be Thrawn? Is it going to be a combination of the two? Is it going to be Gideon comes back, tries to attack with a small force, he loses, and everyone's like, woo, we killed Gideon! Then bunch of Star Destroyers come out of hyperspace like, ah, bitch, that was the probing force. Now Thrawn's here. He was just using Gideon as bait or something. You know, lure out the Mandos, and if there's New Republic helping them, you get them to show their hand, think they beat the enemy, then surprise, motherfucker, then Thrawn shows up in a grand plan. Like that, I'd be okay with. That'd be cool. Like, oh shit, it's motherfucking Thrawn. What is this? I would like that. That'd be cool. Someone, what was it? Somebody said, I forgot who it was. I can't give him the credit, but he was kind of thinking along the same lines as me of when the last episode, not this current one, was the Mando, the Beskar armor was there trying to frame Mandalorians. Like, that could be Thrawn trying to just stir the pot and get his enemies to fight one another. Turn the New Republic against the Mandos. Like, oh, they just attacked the New Republic ship. They took out some of our dudes, they took out one of our prisoners, and now the New Republic would come after the Mandos, potentially. Maybe that's where it's gonna go, huh? Maybe. See, we're onto something. But what he was saying, I think it was One of those motherfuckers. I don't know, I can't get the credit. But he was saying that has the what is it? The hallmark or whatever you want to call it of Thrawn, where he's always trying to stay one step ahead. He's always trying to, best possible strategy. And it would be to have your enemies fight one another. That's perfect. We're literally seeing that in real life right now with Russia and Ukraine. I mean, they're not an enemy, but we're getting one of our enemies to be whittled down on someone realistically America doesn't really care about. That's perfect from the United States standpoint. And now Thrawn would be doing that, pitting the New Republic against the Mandos. It's like, fuck, the Mandos rising up, they've been messing with my shit. Okay, New Republic, let's give them something to worry about, not me. Keep them off my trail, and now they'll go and fight one another.
We are inside the throne room.
That could be the case. It could be the case Thrawn killed Gideon, they kind of leave it where everybody thinks he's going to be the main bad guy, where in reality, Thrawn's already dealt with him, but then he tried framing the Mandos to send them after him, and now no one would even think of Thrawn or any new or Imperial remnant doing anything. It would just be, oh, the Mandos got rid of Gideon because they didn't like him. He bombed Mandalore. And now they're going to fight the New Republic, and now two of his enemies are fighting each other while he just took out one of his big weaknesses, someone who knew the whereabouts of Palpatine or the cloning that leads to Palpatine. That would make more sense in terms of grand writing, like, and it would fit Thrawn's character. So I hope that that's the route they go down. But my hopes have been let down quite a bit, so you never know. But if I had to try to salvage this season, so let's say I took over this point in the season, I'm like, all right, you got to write the next two because this sucks. I would go down the route of that, where everybody thinks Gideon's alive. In reality, Gideon's dead. Thrawn killed him. Tried to pit the Mandos against the New Republic. They'll fight each other. And then maybe, if you want to end on a high note, that goes into Ahsoka. Maybe for some reason it's time for Thrawn to really show himself. He's built up his fleet strong enough. While the New Republic's fighting the Mandos there, they'll bring a small fleet. He'll come in to mop up the rest and try to defeat them. But again, I don't think that will really work either, because the New Republic, I think even as dwindled as their military is, would still be bigger than that. So him taking out a small Republic fleet, I don't think would really be that big. But maybe he wants to capture Mandalore and use it for the Beskar he could mine. I don't know. But again, if Gideon's the main dude at the end of this, oh fuck, man, we're fucked. I'm not even going to be that excited going into next season. Again, my main excitement going into season 4 would be, all right, well, let's fucking see Thrawn at some point, yes? That would be as far as my excitement goes. But about Gideon himself, as much as I like Gideon and his actor, I don't think the character coming back for a third time and being the main villain would be much of a threat. I think if I was going to bring back Gideon and have him be alive, he would just be one of the leaders alongside Thrawn. And for whatever reason, Thrawn has to keep him alive. Like, Thrawn maybe doesn't like him, but, the higher-ups, like Palpatine or whoever still, out there is telling him, like, you need to keep him for whatever reason. I don't know. But I still think it's more plausible for Thrawn to just fucking kill this dude, be done with him, and fuck it. You know what? I'm sick of these fucking lower fucking ranks not knowing how to do shit. You want anything done right, you gotta do it yourself. Thrawn comes out to take over. Like, all right, dude, I'm not leading from the shadows anymore. Fuck these dumbasses. I'm coming out. That maybe... I don't know. We're just spitballing here. We just spitballing. Praetorian Guards, I don't know. I don't pay attention to rumors, but... Excuse me, but even then, they could have Praetorian Guards in a flashback. Like, for example, if they decide in the next 2 episodes to show more of the flashbacks to Grogu, wherever the Jar Jar Binks Jedi, I forgot his name, is taking him, maybe then. But I don't know. If someone said, where are you going to put Praetorian Guards in this, I'd say it's probably a Grogu flashback, but I don't know. If we see Praetorian Guards now, I think that's a little weird. Like, bro, we're not even supposed to know where Palpatine is. And I assume Praetorian Guards go to Palpatine, but maybe there's a new senator that's in charge. I have no fucking idea. Poe Dameron is a hero. They put him as a hero in his X-Wing, which is what he did in the movies. He flew. Finn is a ground guy. That's why he's on the ground. I swear to God, if we get an Obi-Wan camera... Wait, we can't even be Obi-Wan. He motherfucking dead. I swear to God, if it's just a Force code. He said, "We go, hello there, Grogu. Oh, hello there." Yeah, that's what Gideon does on the side. That's why he's out there building up his fleet. He's selling that shit on the side. What if they actually go down that route, that he's selling fucking spice or some shit, and that's how he built it? Like, motherfucker! That's where you've been the last 2 years? Son of a bitch. Play a new game, watch a new game. I just played Apex the other day. Where were you? Not here. Fucking lot of help you were, weren't ya? I love these dudes who come in and start screaming that shit. Play something else! Even though I don't watch nothing else, but I'm just here to scream because I'm bored and I'm debating about, you know, ending it all. In a video game, never real life. We don't joke about real life. Three-piece. Oh my, what was the last thing? There's one to my right. I'm pretty sure I just saw one to my right. I'm hoping it was a teammate. The fact that I'm still alive is either it's a teammate. No, they were bad guys. Just,
Taking control of the Walker Bay.
I guess. But what was his name in the show? Ahmad Best, the actor. But what's his name in the show? It's like right on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not remembering the Jedi's name. The moment someone says, I'm gonna be like, ah, that guy. What the fuck is his name? It'll. Somebody else. Oh my. Well, I don't think it matters. We're just ranting today, but just click I said Kenobi, but click fucking. Oh, fuck! I don't know your name anymore, Anakin. What is your name? Anakin Skywalker. Jesus Christ! I'm playing Luke Skywalker Kenobi.
So what's the big rush?
Keller and Beck. I think that's the name. It just came to me. I think that's his name, right? None of you put it in comments yet. None of you put it in comments. Now watch, I'm still wrong. Something like that. I don't even know about the box cutter. I haven't actually seen Breaking Bad and all that. Even though I know I would love it, I just have never started it. One day when I'm really bored I will, but I haven't done it yet. But I know I'll love it. I just haven't done it. I think I've seen part of one episode before. That's like Game of Thrones. It took me forever. After the Jon Snow cliffhanger, that's when I finally started watching. The season ended, I was like, alright, it's time for me to catch up now, and I caught up in the off season. I still remember the first episode, or the first time I ever saw Game of Thrones. It was the part where Arya and the Hound are sitting in the bushes looking at the little, whatever, tavern where they're gonna go get Needle back. Where he's gonna have to eat all the chickens in this fucking room. What the fuck, salami? That was the first time I remember seeing Game of Thrones, and it was just what is this show? I don't know, I had no idea what it was. But finally I caught up. And I remember in, what was it, Breaking Bad, it was some girl was like ODing or some shit, or somebody was ODing, I remember. I think it was pretty early in the season too, but I could be wrong. Or pretty early in the show, but I don't remember. Dang, but I don't know. Yeah, see, I might kill him. Okay. Not that excited for that Easter egg, by the way, either. I know everyone's so happy he gets to come back into Star Wars.
Just fight out
That's
there.
fine. Thank God it wasn't Anakin, though. I'll have it be just about anyone other than Anakin. If Anakin was the one who saved Grogu, Jesus Christ. How they just butchered Anakin's character.
You should have brought more friends.
Again, the only way you could have Anakin be the one taking Grogu would be he's taking him alive for Palpatine. That would be the only way. But if you have him in any way showing care to Grogu, I'll be like, dude, that is not what's happening. The fuck is this shit? Thank God we didn't go down that route. So that's one thing the Book of Mando did. They didn't go down that route. That would have been bad. Yeah, because our internet sucks. What is going on up here, dude? Jesus! Side note, our internet hasn't crashed. It sucked in the beginning of the stream, but it's working now, luckily. Let's not jinx it and hope it keeps up. Excuse me, that's first. They're not Mexican ninjas. You wanna know what I had for breakfast? Fucking beans, bro. Let's go. Not even kidding. I do love me some goddamn beans. You think I'm making a joke, but I'm not. I fucking love it. And this guy didn't want to fly, so he's gonna shoot me in the face because he got overhealed by an officer. What the fuck, salami? I love that line. That was one of my favorite lines. He killed Lami. What the fuck, salami? Like, what? I had no idea what they were talking about the first time I saw it, but once I watched it back, I was like, oh, I get it now. I get it now. I'll see Breaking Bad at some point. Like I said, it took me a shit ton of time to get into Game of Thrones, and yet it's still my favorite show. It'll happen at some point.
Powering on invasion units.
Are we going to attack
Your mission is the destruction of the cloning facility on Camino. The source of the Republic's clone troopers. Expect resistance. We have a limited
Hey, I don't think they damaged Vader's image by having rocks beat him, because I mean, at least it was Kenobi throwing the rocks. My thing where they damaged Vader and Kenobi was he was scared of the fire. Like, he couldn't stop the fire with the Force, he couldn't jump over the fire, he couldn't grab Kenobi, who was really fucking weak, through the fire. There was nothing he could have done in that situation. And I wrote it off during the writing as, no, he probably wants him to escape to feel pain. But they never, to me, they never followed up on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm forgetting something. I feel like they never followed up on that whole, I was just letting him live to suffer, which to me is a mistake, because now you kind of made Vader look weak, like, oh no, a little fire stopped me. There's so many things Darth fucking Vader could have done to solve that, but he just stares, because fire scares him, I guess. I don't know. Trying to fucking turn him into the Hound. The Hound was a good character, let's make Vader that. No, please don't. I like the Hound and I like Vader, let's keep them fucking separate. Vader has ways of dealing with fire. The Hound does not. He cannot just grab someone with a magic power through the fire. Darth Vader can. Especially a weak Kenobi. He's all like, I can barely do anything. But he's like, oh no, there's fire. I'm going. No, I don't have any plans to see Mario. The only time I would see it is if my girlfriend's kid liked Mario. And to be honest, I don't think he even knows who Mario is. That'd be the only way to try to take him or something to get him excited and see it, but I don't think he even knows who Mario is. Basically, he just watches YouTube, so if any of those fucking YouTubers from that one game I'm drawing a blank on, maybe they talk about Mario and he wants to see it. I've never been to a movie theater out here. I would imagine it's about the same shit, but I'm down to go try. Some people know there's a thing called stream delay. When I talk is a minute before you guys see it. So when you put something in the chat, you're talking about what I said a minute ago. Even though when you hear me say that, it's popping up at the same time you put your comment. For me, it is not, because there is a stream delay.
Genetic archive corrupted and stored material now decaying. Prepare for phase 2.
Yeah, that's what everybody tells me. That's what everyone told me about Game of Thrones, and I love it, so I'll watch it at some point. At some point, we will watch it. I don't even know what it'll be. I'm not getting any fucking kills. Let's be Duke, why not? Wait, did anybody donate for anything?
You die, soon your cause will die.
No, okay, we're good. Yeah, that's what I thought. And isn't there a canon comic where he was literally in, like, lava or something? Vader, we're talking about, by the way. So, if that's true, like, bro, how does a little bit of fire stop you? If you're already dipped in lava, which is actually the thing that fucked you up, was the lava, not just a random bit of fucking fire. You already kind of went through the lava thing, wouldn't you be like, oh no, a little fire? Bro, this shit fucking, this ain't even a challenge, bro. That I have more problem with than him getting hit in the face with a rock. Again, if right through the fucking rock, I'm like, god damn it, she does train with rocks all the goddamn time now, in fairness. Oh, and I just floated up the side of the rock, so, or not rock. There goes that. We can't play today. I can talk, or I can play. I can't do both anymore. I don't mind him letting Kenobi go if he wants him to suffer, because you could make the case he burned him. He wants him to suffer like he suffered. Vader, I don't think at that point. He's a rage-induced dude. He's just trying to make the guy who fucked him up suffer. So I don't think he's thinking strategically there, other than I just want you to suffer. I could see that. But they had to show that in the writing, and they didn't do that. At least not that I remember after that. It was just implied he couldn't stop him because of fire. And I'm like, that is bad writing, even worse. He's like, yeah, I'll go fuck him up later. Because, I mean, to be fair to Vader, Kenobi was pretty fucking shit. Like, he was pretty goddamn bad. So he could be like, this guy don't know shit. I still don't get how Kenobi just magically got good all of a sudden. Side note. Again, where the show itself just wasn't that good. But I think there were just so many holes in that show. It's just like, yeah, dude. Could have been better. Don't get too excited for Dooku. He's not going to be there for long. Then again, none of the heroes we choose now. And Crimes, if you're still here, I sent you a message, but apparently it didn't go through according to my phone.
Turbo laser destroyed.
Guess
You
I'm out
may
of data.
redeem
Oh,
yourself with the
fucking
fuel
idea.
supply.
Fucking shit ass fucking phones. That's why everybody uses Facebook in the Philippines, because they get free messaging and stuff.
Okay, that's enough. Let's get in there, clear out those troops, and let's storm the next sector.
Yeah, that's the thing. He got burned, but then they just had him not be burned
The sun
all of a
getting
sudden.
darker?
He got on a bacta tank and he was
Gotta
fucking
secure the
fine
main
all
gate
of a
and
sudden.
breach the base. Make it fast.
Side note, Vader has to be in a fucking bacta tank for the rest of his life. Kenobi? Nah, homie, he's fine, he's fine. He's perfectly fucking fine. Again, where the show just, the writing is just pretty fucking garbage on it. Sure, he wasn't burned as bad as Vader was, but, or Anakin was, or whatever, he was technically better. But you know what I mean. On Mustafar. He wasn't burned as bad, but, I mean, dude, getting burned that much, you're gonna have some type of scars. No, like, yeah, I don't know. That motherfucker looked fine. Just, again, where the overall writing in that show just really wasn't very good.
Elite resistance fighter on
Could have been so much better. Part of that, I think, is because they're kind of limited by, they already have the original trilogy out there, and Kenobi wasn't burnt there. So they're like, fuck, now we have to try to write that in. But again, you need to know that going in, like, there's gonna be limitations. You gotta write this in a little better then. And I don't feel they did that. Even though anyone could have told them that, like, hey, you know, we already seen Kenobi, you're gonna have to
Heading the main gate now.
base that off your writing. You can't have him lose a fucking head or something, you know, you gotta do it right here. I'll see you later, Eduardo. See, that's a bigger thing to me than because I don't mind Kenobi building back up to be Vader, but again, the writing did not show that. It was, oh no, he's losing, then all of a sudden he's strong. I'm like, that didn't work to me. I think if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, we even were talking about that as it was coming out. Like, he's not ready to be Vader. So if I had to try to write it, and again, limiting it on how many episodes we have left, he's going to need to take out an Inquisitor. Use that as a warm-up match. Let him get back in the swing of things before he goes and fights Vader. They didn't do that. It's like, he just all of a sudden gets good. That's where, again, it's just a little...
Clear those troopers and grab your bags. Last stop coming up.
You just let him warm up on an Inquisitor. We can find one Inquisitor that's cannon fodder that Kenobi could just fucking
Base
kill,
must be
right?
almost ready to fight.
No.
All right.
He'll be strong. He'll be strong. The Force will come back to him. He'll think, and all of a sudden he's back to normal. I don't think that's how it works, dude. But okay, whatever. It's the Force. When in doubt, you just blame the Force. The Force always does things that you don't understand. It's like the dumb people in real life, who just every time something weird happens, you know, God has mysterious ways. Same thing with bad writing in Star Wars. Like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Ah, but the Force, you know, the Force, it just does things. It's like, yep. That's what we do when we can't fucking think for ourselves. Or use our brains. I mean, if that's true and one of the writers didn't even know anything about episode 3, that's horrible. I don't even blame the writer, I blame the people who hired him. Because I don't think you should do that. Like, maybe that will work in other universes or other shows or movies. But in particular for Star Wars, you know everybody is religiously into this shit, right? Love it or not, they're going to be religiously into it. So they're going to want someone who knows some shit. They're not going to want some dude who has no idea and then it's going to contradict them. That's not going to go good. I don't know if that's true. That just sounds like somebody saying something to cause problems, you know. One of those YouTubers who always, Kathleen's getting fired, you know. They just need something to put on a title so they can get views. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. Maybe it's true. Which still wouldn't really surprise me with Disney, honestly. That seems like some stupid idea they would do. I could say why, you know. You know, we don't have a writer that looks like... There, that's all I'll say on that. And you can connect the dots to what we said earlier. That might be the way they choose writers, but if that, I hope fucking not. Fucking hope not. To me, that seems like such a bad idea, but, you know. What do I know? I don't know shite.
Don't mind me.
This guy has watched every Star Wars movie 1,000 times. He's read every Star Wars book in Legends and canon. He knows absolutely everything. But we need one that looks like you. Let's get you. Do you have any experience? Nope. I've written a book before on something else. Okay, let's take you because you look a certain way. I could also see Disney doing that. I hope not. But, you know, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they would base a decision like that. So who knows? But I still think that sounds more like one of those YouTubers who just, they need a title for a video, and every day Kathleen's getting fired. Favreau just did this to Kathleen, and Filoni just said this about Kathleen, and Civil War and with Kathleen. Every fucking video is the same thing, and nothing ever happens. Like, I don't know why people still watch that shit either. That's the thing that cracks me up. But to be fair, I don't get why people still watch my shit either, so there you go. YouTube viewers are strange creatures. That's the Force, though. It's just a religion like in real life. Like, why did I lose this fight in real life? Well, God wills it. You know, we didn't fucking worship him, right? That's why we lost. No, because you're a bad tactician. That's why you lost. No, this is a lesson from God. It's the same thing with the Force, man, every time. How did Kenobi get strong? God just wanted him to be good. It was his time to win. He was a loyal man, so God made him win. Well, which actually, I can't stand that in Star Wars, to be honest. I know we're all about space wizards and shit like that, but I still, even as a kid, I didn't really like that. Like, as much as I love Star Wars and Jedi, I don't like the Force just being used as the main thing that makes everything happen. Don't worry, we'll never lose because of the Force. Well, that kind of takes... Why are we fighting then? We'll just fucking... The last second, we'll just send a fucking dude who, like, believes and he'll win because the Force wills it or some shit. It's kind of the same with the end of Rebels where they get outplayed every way and then he's like, but the Force is going to call the whales and we win. It's just like fucking horrible writing, dude. Jesus. So I like that scene. What's the movie called? In Kingdom of Heaven. I'm going to butcher the quote of the scene, but one of the Muslim dudes is talking to Saladin. And be like, you don't listen to the Lord, or you don't listen to Allah in their case. And it was all bitching. And then he's like, how many battles did Allah win before I arrived? I was like, Saladin. I'm going to worship you. Fuck, that was such a cold line, dude. Oh, I fucking love that part. He fucking called that fucking dude out. Like, how many battles did he win before I showed up? Like, motherfucker, that was... Oh, I'm surprised he didn't stab you right there, but sadly you're right, but... That movie might not have been good, might have had some good moments, but damn, that was a good fucking scene right there. I love Saladin in that movie. I mean, I remember as a kid, as much as I love Luke Skywalker, I'm like, dude, how does this one guy just do everything? He just took out an entire planet killer because he had the Force. I remember questioning that at a very young age. I'm like, this kind of don't make sense, but I like the movie, so I'll overlook it. But that wasn't something I look back on the movies and thought that as an adult. That was me as a kid. I was like, dude, this don't make sense. Because even then, maybe it's just because I was really into military. Even then, I was always into that. I'm like, how does one guy just do it? Because when I was growing up, I could not stand superheroes because I don't like the whole thing. One guy just magically saves the day. I'm like, that's not the way it works, though. Like, you need a force to go after the other force. You're gonna fight. You're both gonna take casualties, and then one side wins. That's the way I look at everything. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. Star Wars, we're doing good. They have both forces fighting, and then, oh, they're all dying now. Luke's gonna go just magically turn the rocket somehow. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, ridiculous. I don't think that's what happened in the case we were just talking about, but based off how they've made some decisions in the past, I wouldn't be surprised if that's as far as their thinking went, which, again, I don't care who the writer is, as long as they're good. A fucking dog could write this shit if it was good, and I'll be like, this dog is amazing, dude. Why can't my dog do this? I don't even have a dog nowadays, but I would like the dog. I don't give a shit what you are. Like, just write it good. But if you're going to turn down a good writer for the sake of just being inclusive, I think that's a horrible decision, 100%. That's why I always quote, what's his name? What's his fucking name? The one night, what's his name? He was he played the bad guy in a lot of shit, actually. You know, the Equalizer. What's that knight's name? I'm forgetting his name. Was it Guy of Lusignan? I don't remember. One of those fucking... I just wanted to say that name again. But he always... God, where's that? The way he just looks and starts yelling at... Oh my fucking god, dude. Could not stand those motherfuckers. As exciting as those wars were to study and watch... To live through the time where people are just screaming that shit and they're like, oh shit, God said it, we gotta do... Oh, I wouldn't fit in. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't fit in with these guys. And apparently we're not finding a game here. We're just sitting here talking. God wills that. The Force wills that. Like, okay, here we go, dude. How do you grow? Well, what happens is you see a hot girl and all of a sudden it starts to grow. Or guy, depending on what you're into. I know Mando's not dying anytime soon. I mean, now, maybe now more than ever, because they're kind of like moving on to Bo-Katan now. They're like, alright, next Mandalorian. They're going to turn the Mandalorian into we just follow Mandalorians in general, and he was the one who started it. I don't think that'll happen, but you never know. But that's the same thing with Grogu. I'm not... Hold on, I got a message. Like, I'm not even worried about Grogu dying. He's not dying. If he dies, I will 100% be stunned more than any point in any show I've ever watched. Because it's very obvious he's set up to be the future. So, unless they completely scrap that idea and just want to go for the massive clickbait, which they're not going to do, Grogu will be fine. Oh no, they kidnapped Grogu. I can't stand, I'm going to be honest. I watch a lot of React channels. And there's some of those, I just call them soccer moms. It's not always soccer moms. But just people who just watch for Grogu. Oh my god, the baby's in trouble. Like, bitch, do you really think he's... Shut the fuck up. Like, that's where I'd get annoyed. Like, if that was my girlfriend, I'd be like, babe, stop. Calm down. He's not gonna get her. Shut the fuck up. Oh no, he got a scratch. Oh no, a scratch. Don't kill the baby. Oh, he's gonna be fine, I promise. If anyone's gonna be fine in this show, Grogu's gonna be the one that's fine. Everyone would die, but Grogu would be the one guy who survived. Because he made a force bubble. That's what cracks me up. That's why I like that one guy. I don't want to name their names because sometimes I kind of call out the wife. So I don't want. I'm not trying to, start no problems. But where she's so into just enjoying Grogu. She's not a. She likes Star Wars, but she's mainly just there for the Grogu stuff. Where the husband's into Star Wars. He's into it. And like while she's all excited when Grogu does something cute, he's kind of like, fuck, dude. That's just. You can see what's happening, and he's like, this ain't good writing, but, at least she's like Grogu. Like, you get to see both sides of the argument right there on the same couch. That's why I like watching them. Like, when you see the Grogu stuff in Book of Boba, she's always like, there's the baby, and he's kind of like, why are we seeing the baby here? I was like, that's why I watch. You get both of those opinions on the same screen. Then they could talk about it. But, I agree with the husband. I'm like, why the fuck is Grogu here? As much as I love the little bastard, why the fuck is he here now? Renaud de Chantillon? I can't say it. Fucking French name is crazy. I just like Guy of Mignon. I like that one. Bro, this dude just failed. Even though I did just shoot him in the face and he should have died, but still.
We've lost another turbo laser. One more and our defenses are gone.
I need to watch Kingdom of Heaven again. It's a good movie. Might not be super accurate here and there or some stupid shit, but I still enjoy it.
Vader has joined the Imperials. Be cautious.
I think that guy was gonna die from that shot. I'm scared.
Detonator attached to the east turbo laser!
Is I not rolling, good sir? Brendan Gleeson's the actor? Yeah, I don't know his name, but that dude just reconnected really quick, so it might have just went off and then turned right back on. So the screen might not really get too big of an interruption, but we'll fucking find out. Yeah, it doesn't look like the internet went down this time, though. Because it would also go down for the Xbox, so I think this is just an OBS problem. Apparently.
Seconds to save the east turbo laser.
Well, I don't think it's gonna matter because we're gonna die no matter what I do. Let's just be Lando, why not?
All turbo lasers destroyed. The enemies cleared to land more troops, but we made them pay for it. And now people are clearing out the base. Fall back and regroup.
Are we still live? Is anybody there? Ooh, we're almost to 65 likes in almost 2 hours of streaming. Damn, this channel is alive. Ain't that right, Lando? Oh, sir. Stupidity. That's all it is. It's the only reason I'm still posting. Oh, yeah, we're flying. Also due to stupidity. Probably shouldn't be here. I'm like one of the few dudes on this side of the map.
Let's give it a shot.
Come on out, you guys. I know there's more. No, come this way. Apparently nobody's talking, so I guess the stream is dead. Anybody there? Hello? It says I have a green connection, but it also says no data, so I'm a little confused. How can I have a green connection, but also not be receiving data? Wouldn't it be red? Fuck it, I'll just send messages to people while I wait then. Nobody talking. Wow, I spelled this name wrong. Oh, chat's moving. I guess it's still live. Should we even keep streaming? Why would I give a shit about 1v1ing you, sir? I don't even play this game and know what's going on anymore. We play the game all the time. Uh-huh. We play the game, but we're not really even aware of what we are doing, sir. If anybody can't tell that by now, I mean, really, are they even watching? Uh-oh, somebody just watched Mando, so what do we all think of Mando this week? Oh, probably good things, probably good things. Defending, well, thank you. Bro, kid, learn how to spell, bro. These fucking kids. They're the only people left playing it. They're the only people who watch nowadays. We have like 10 viewers who watch and talk, and the rest are just here because they think killing me is an accomplishment, which is just hilarious because, I mean, obviously I am absolutely horrible at this game. Stay in school, kids. It's gonna be their most exciting day ever. Oh my god, they're like probably like shaking right now. They're so excited. Takadana? Nobody want to play Takadana. Damn! Is this true, you guys? I just messaged my mom because she's watching Mando right now, and she asked, "Is that the guy from Back to the Future? Is that Jack Black?" And I said, "The other one's Lizzo." Didn't think she know who she is. She goes, "Oh, I thought that was her, but she looks a lot skinnier than I'm used to her being." Does she look skinnier? I don't know. I'm not a Lizzo fan. I don't pay attention to Lizzo. I thought she was a big lady. You know, I mean, I'm a big guy. I could say it too. You know what I mean? But damn, I thought she was still a big lady there, but I could be wrong. Was she bigger before? I don't know. Genuinely not trying to talk shit. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to her at all. Thoughts on her getting the Darksaber? Honestly, I don't really care that she got the Darksaber. I mean, I'm not one of those dudes who's just like, Mando should have it. Like, I kind of get it that it was going to go towards her, but I don't know. I know there's a lot of people who are like up in arms right now that Mando's not going to be the one with the Darksaber, which from a viewer standpoint, I think it would be cool to see Mando learn how to use the Darksaber. I kind of thought even back in the day it was going to be when Mando goes to visit Luke, Luke's going to help him out with the Darksaber, teach him some tricks or some shit, but no, it doesn't look like that's happening now. Unless Bo-Katan gets fucking yeeted the next 2 episodes by
Junkyard contained and under control.
Gideon or Thrawn, and then he then's the next in line. Maybe that's one of the plot twists they're going to be trying to throw at us, because this season has been very lackluster, so they might be trying to save up some excitement. So everyone's like, Bo-Katan, why is this fucking bitch? This is the Mando show. Why does Bo-Katan get it? This ain't the Bo-Katan show. And then she gets fucking dropped by Gideon or Thrawn or something. And then, oh, well, I guess it's time for you to be the ruler. So maybe he'll still end up ruling. I don't know. But I'm not too into that. Like, either way, I don't really care. He's going to be there for the ride either way, so we'll still see the same shit, honestly, whether he's holding it or her. I mean, I know Lizzo's a musician. That's all I know, or a singer. That's all I know. And I know there's a lot of drama because she's one of the, on the bigger side, and everyone's like, she always flaunts her body and acts like being fat's okay, and then you have the other people who are like, being fat's not okay. That's as far as it goes. I kind of agree with the other guys, though. I'm a fat guy, and it's not okay to be fat. So there you go. I said it, and I'm a fat guy. So there you go. Fuck it. Let's get in trouble while I'm here. I don't give a fuck if you can't tell. But I'm a fat guy, so I can say it. And no, it's not okay that I'm fat. I should get off my lazy ass and start working out instead of, oh no, it's okay. I'm destroying my body. I should get off my ass and do stuff. There you go. Let's get in trouble while we're at it. That's controversial to say that nowadays, I guess. But I hope they didn't do it for that, Joey. I hope not. It could be. But I would really fucking hope that's not why they structured the whole thing, just for them to be king and queen or whatever they were. Yeah, that's what I was going to mention earlier, John. I like Christopher Lloyd. I don't think he did that good of a job in this episode, to be honest. I wasn't the fan of his acting, which is weird. I never used to call out actors, but of late I'm having to call out actors. I'm like, I don't really like it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just I was all what do you call it? Celebrity'd out enough cameos. Maybe it was just that. Maybe if it was just him, I wouldn't have mind. But I'm like, He wasn't selling it to me that he was an old separatist guy. He was saying the words, but it didn't give me the vibe. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. We're done with his character. I would imagine we're not seeing him again. I fucking hope not. Why are they fucking banishing him too? Don't people just kill people anymore? Dog. Dude literally tried to take over your entire planet and take out your population. You're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put you in prison. They didn't seem to give a fuck that there was a supposed nuclear option on the table. And this guy was about to nuke the planet, but with droids. And then they're like, oh, we're alive. Bring some more food. Let's send him to prison. Okay, let's go. Ha ha ha. Look at Grogu. I'm going to knight you. I didn't feel like there was a big deal with them saving the fucking planet. They're like, here's the key to the city. Okay, cool. What do I get, though, bitch? I don't give a fuck about the key to the city. You don't have a military? You're going to back me up militarily? You're going to, like, back my claim to the throne? No, I don't.
You'll need a fresh ship and the opportunity to break free. I want squads to shut down the tractor beam's generator and control station.
No one even talked about it. I just thought of it now. So, Lizzo and Jack Black, I don't remember their actual names in the show, whatever. They hired the Mandos with the fleet to protect them, and then Sabine comes through and now takes them away, and they're like, alright, this is cool. Now, again, they're back to not having any defenders, so they're probably going to have to go find a new unit. Maybe the Second Sons can come back over into this world and or come into this world. And why am I spawning on the guy 18 miles behind the line?
We're tractor beam control. All systems powering off.
I don't mind Jack Black.
Made it to tractor control. Trying to shut down.
I'm a fan of him. Again, there were a lot of cameos though. I think if they had spread the cameos out more over the season, not just throwing them all in one, I think I personally would have liked it better. But again, it's not something I really care about. They're not main characters. It's, you know, just a passing thing. So it's not that big of a deal either way to me. But I'm not one of those dudes who are like, that took me out of it. I get it, dude. Like, Star Wars is gonna be doing that nowadays. Like that's not what bothers me. If I ultimately hate this season, that's not gonna be what bothers me. Maybe one of the small little straws that ultimately will break the camel's back to not liking the season, but on its own, I really couldn't care less.
Tractor generator control offline. Clear out those stormtroopers and await new orders. Here's some kind of weapons control station. We'll have to shut down the turbo lasers in this sector.
That was Lizzo? What about Lizzo?
We have an opportunity as
Are you making a joke and I missed it? I think I missed a joke. Damn it. I usually get jokes, but apparently I missed one. Am I the joke? I'm always the joke. Are you shot on my right? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're fine. Yeah, am I invisible? Like, they're just not looking at me now? It's fine, bro. I need all the help I can get nowadays. I don't even know how to play this game anymore. What the fuck? 1v1 me though! Like, what? Like, congratulations, you killed a guy who doesn't even enjoy playing this game. Absolute shit, but you're gonna get all the credit. Aren't you so cool? All the kids at school are gonna think you're cool even though they have no idea who I am. It's just embarrassing. I remember being like that though when I was a kid. Wanting to 1v1 a YouTuber that had like 20 viewers, and I thought 20 viewers were like this shit. Like, oh my god, this guy's huge. Fucking embarrassing looking back. The pleasures of being a kid. Embarrassing yourself every time you look back and like, oh my god, why was I such a dumbass? Again, I love Christopher Lloyd, but I don't think his acting was very good in this particular episode. It wasn't selling the character to me, and I mean, Lizzo's already there not being a good actress. That's probably why Lizzo annoyed me more, because it was obvious she didn't know how to act. Her face, her line delivery, personally I didn't like it, but again, it's just a side character, so I don't really care too much. But with Christopher Lloyd, I got that vibe too, where I'm like, man, there's a separatist dude here, but it kind of, I don't know how to describe it, because I mean obviously he is playing a character, but it felt like he was playing a character. Like it's Christopher Lloyd playing a character. It felt like that. But in the show, it's supposed to be he's an actor and it's just that character. You know, where here I felt like I'm looking at Christopher Lloyd playing a separatist. That's what I felt when I saw him. Where that's when you're watching an actor, you don't want to think of the actor necessarily. You just want to, this is a separatist guy. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd is the actor. But here I felt like this is a Christopher Lloyd separatist. Like, I don't know how to describe it. As dumb as that argument sounds. Again, I don't really even care. It's not that big of a deal, but we're talking about it, so I'll talk about it. Both the Pounds already lost quite a bit, too, honestly. We're making the case I don't want to see Gideon coming back because he's already lost a lot. And so is Bo-Katan. I think she's way cooler than Gideon, though, but... I'm gonna die now, too? No, I'll be having a heart attack any day now, I can tell. I'm so out of shape, it's time. But it's fine. I won't have a heart attack, and then someone said, yeah, you should have gotten in shape. And I'm like, don't shame me! I'm like, yeah, you're right. I am fat and out of shape. That is what happens when you're fat and out of shape. Don't do that and think you're gonna just have a perfect life. You're not. Whatever. That's why I don't like that argument. Like, don't shame anyone. Like, I get, don't go around bullying and shaming people, but realistically, you shouldn't be fat. It's not a good thing. It's not. I don't even think it's okay to say it's a good thing. It's like, it's not a good thing. You shouldn't be fat. I don't hate you because you're fat. I'm fat myself, but I know I shouldn't be. Like, it's not. That's where I'm getting a little fed up with stuff nowadays, where it's like, dude, it's not okay to be fat. What are we talking about here? You're not in shape. That's bad for your body. And if I was a skinny guy, that would sound really bad saying it, but I'm a fat guy. I completely agree with what they're saying. But I also agree you shouldn't just go around bullying people like you're better, but like realistically, being fat is not a good thing. Whatever. What do I know, though? Oh, I was very young and stupid. I remember this one time, it was one of the female YouTubers. She now does OnlyFans and shit like that, by the way. Not saying I jacked off to her or not, but I do know of it. But we on one of the Call of Duties, we were going after her. And she has like no channel and no followers, but we were like, let's get that bitch! You know, we were going after her like, what a fucking, how embarrassing, dude. Jesus Christ. At least we weren't annoying, though. We were just, like, trying to beat them in a game. It wasn't just targeting her, I guess. It was more of a competitive mindset, even then, at the time. But, I don't know. Still looking back, I'm like, dude, she was literally a nobody. Not bad to jack off to. I mean, I didn't jack off to her. No, absolutely not. Jacking off is horrible and you shouldn't do it. But porn's bad. Jesus doesn't want it. If I don't show up anymore, it's because I dropped dead. You and me both. And being out here with someone who cooks now all the time, it doesn't help. Best movie fight scene? I don't know. I mean, I know it's not really a fight scene you're probably talking about, but my favorite one is Darth Maul. I mean, that's simple. Against Kenobi and Qui-Gon, but that's not really a fight scene. I mean, it is, but hand-to-hand, yeah, it's not really hand-to-hand. I don't know.
All forces.
I'm not really into martial art movies too much, even though I love Rush Hour and shit like that, and watch like all of Jackie Chan's movies growing up. Bruce Lee, all that shit. No, I definitely didn't jack off to her. I definitely. It wasn't an upskirt pick of her either that she took, by the way. It wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. Ew, gross. Definitely not. She dropped the camera by accident. That's so disgusting. So disgusting. Absolutely. Absolutely horrendous. Jesus he frowns upon it. That's not why I made you like the women body. No, 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 absolutely not. Absolutely not. Guy's in the spawn with a shield, he's really safe.
Going in fast, cover me.
I mean, even if you're fat and you can't get up on your own, you don't even need to get that point for it to be bad. You're not healthy. Your body's fucking horrible. Your body's like, oh, you're so fat. Like, that's what my body's doing right now. And I know I should move, but I'm still, you know. It's not fat shaming. There's a thing about being a dick, and then just kind of like, realistically, you shouldn't be fat. Don't say that you're fat shaming. That's not fat shaming, dumbass. That's just like, healthily, you shouldn't do that. That's like, I don't want to drink water. Well, you know, realistically, you should drink water. You're water shaming me. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, that's where the whole woke argument, just, they lose me, man. I'm like, some of the shit you say is good, and then the other shit, I just think it's embarrassing. Like, what are we talking about, dude? What are we talking about? Like, we're moving away from religion, but we still have dumbasses saying dumbass shit. What happened? You can't jack off. God won't like it. Now it's like, don't call me fat, because don't say being fat's bad. Like, it is bad, though. I'm not saying I hate you for it. I'm just saying, you know, you should get in shape, myself included. Like,
Identified rebel leader on site.
I appreciate it, John. I will. I wish I could do.
Losing contact with tractor
Believe it or not, I haven't seen Ip Man. But also, believe it or not, I was talking to my girlfriend about Ip Man yesterday, randomly. I was watching somebody react to Rogue One, and Donnie Yen, or whatever his name was in it. And she's like, oh, the guy from Ip Man. I'm like, yeah. He's in Star Wars? Like, yeah. But I've never actually seen Ip Man. She was grilling me like, have you even seen it? I'm like, no. And then, you know me, I'm a smartass, so when she started grilling me on if I've seen Ip Man, like I'm not a Donnie Yen fan, I'm like, have you seen Blade, motherfucker? You haven't seen Blade? Oh, you didn't know he was in that one, did you? See, that's why you don't fight with me, because I will destroy you. Bring up Ip Man, his most famous movie. How about Blade, motherfucker? I really hope he was in Blade now. I'm pretty sure he was in Blade, right? Blade 2? Right? I'm pretty sure. That was Donnie Yen, right? Don't tell me I'm being racist and not knowing the difference between Asians. Please tell me I was right. That was Donnie Yen, though, right? I'm pretty fucking sure. Fucking hope so. Otherwise, I'm gonna be really bad. Luckily, she didn't know either, so I still won the fight, but... God, looking back, I'd be embarrassed. But I'm pretty sure I won that fight.
Charges.
I want to play Heroes and Villains. That sounds fun. I want to see Obi-Wan inside of an Idenverse. Yeah, I'd watch that. There's villains and heroes. Darth Vader inside Leia. Let's go. Ew, bitch, on Pornhub. That's like the main topic. Shut the fuck up. Don't act like you haven't seen it. Fucking goodies over here. I would never.
Going in tight.
Let's see a Darth Vader and a Finn, but in a very aggressive and not enjoyable way for one of the parties. Oh, that was a rape joke. Don't do that, Ninja. Two make-believe characters.
Losing tractor control.
Yeah, the dudes who need a forklift to get out of bed. Honestly, like, dude, if they cry about that, really just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care. Bro, you need a forklift to get out of your house. Shut the fuck up. Calm down. See, that's the good thing about being fat. You can call out fat people. It's fine. I understand. I'm calling myself out when I say it. And they can't complain. They're like, fuck, I want to get mad at you so bad because you're not woke enough, but you're fat. And if you attack me, I'm going to say it's because I'm fat. And then now you're confused. Like, what do I do? Yeah, CGI in Blade was pretty bad. I love the movies. They're shit looking back, though, but I love the movies. No, John, your doctor is fat shaming you. You're fine. Get fatter. Let's make that blood pressure 150% higher. Yeah, I got fat. I'm not making an excuse here, but I know exactly how I got fat for the first time. I was really skinny and ran around a lot as a kid, but then there was a time where my parents were both busting their asses working, and every time they picked me up, they didn't have time to cook at home, so it was always McDonald's. That's where the first time I got fat and I got addicted. Again, it's not their fault, because I could stop now. I have stopped, and I went back to being fat. But that was the first time I remember getting fat, where I'm like, I hope to God I don't do that with my kids. That's where the reason I'm probably going to get in shape again now is because now I am raising a kid, and I'm probably going to have kids of my own in the near future. and I don't want to be telling them to be in shape, and I'm not in shape. That's where I'm like, fuck, that smartass is gonna be a smartass like me. Be like, oh, it's so good to be in shape, but why are you fat, Dad? Like, fuck, you got a good point there, and I can't dispute it. So I might have to just get in shape. Damn it, just because I don't want to be outsmarted by my kid. It's gonna annoy me. I gotta outsmart my kid, so I gotta get in shape just for that. Why are you fat, Dad? You tell me to eat an apple. You don't eat an apple, bitch. Like, fuck. I want to slap you, but you're right. Damn it, Bobby.
The Jakku scavengers have recovered an old Imperial droid, one the Resistance is eager to seize. What the droid contains, I am not at liberty to say, but I will sacrifice this whole brigade to retrieve it. We will take control of this wreckage and prevent the Resistance.
If I ever get so fat to the point I can't get out, I'm gonna kill myself. I don't give a fuck. I will 100% kill myself. I fail the world if I do that. Jesus Christ. What a burden you're gonna be on your family. There's a difference from having like a sickness and like you, all of a sudden you're paralyzed. That's different. But if you just eat too much and you get fat and don't do anything about it, you gotta stop at that point. Like that I would probably just kill myself. Imagine putting your girlfriend through that, or your family, whoever's looking after you, just because you don't want to stop eating. Then we're gonna get into the whole mental thing of it, like, oh, but he has a disease. Like,
at the landing pad. We'll have it shortly.
how much of that's true, how much of it's not, who knows? Probably somewhere in the middle, but that's the excuse they're gonna use. Same with hoarders. That's where this is where I wouldn't be a good parent or whatever. Maybe not even a parent, because really your kid's not gonna be hoarding. But if my mom was a hoarder, I would not be the son you want to go to, because I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna take you out of the house and I'm gonna burn all that shit on the front lawn. Like, you're not gonna be a hoarder. I'm not handling it the right way in terms of the mentally ill side of the argument, but in terms of bitch stop hoarding, I'm doing a great job. Like, bitch, I will burn everything. No, but this one piece of trash that I've had for 5 years, I'm gonna use it at once. Like, bitch. That's where I wouldn't be good. Ah, he did play? Okay. See, I was right. Haha, I won. I wish my girlfriend was here. Like, bitch, you only know him because of It Man. I know him because of Blade 2. You don't even know Blade 2, do you? Act like you're a fan. You only see the big movies. What's Blade? I don't know. Oh, I won. It was a joking argument, obviously. We do that all the time. I fucking outsmarted her the other day. You know, usually boys lose the fight. You're arguing with your girlfriend, but I outsmarted her the other day. She has a habit of, and again, I think mostly it's because of a language barrier, but I'm going to roast the fuck out of her for it, because that's the relationship we have. I'll be saying something. I'm talking directly to her, and I can tell she's not listening, and I'm going to be like, what? And I've got to the point now, I always go, what did I say, babe? And she doesn't know. So I roast her for it. And then I listen very well. She even compliments me. I pay a fucking attention, even if it doesn't look like I am. Maybe it's because I'm so used to streaming, you're just used to taking information fast. But she'll forget stuff, and I'll be like, dude, I remember you told me this. She's like, how did you remember? It's like, because I listened. But one day, she didn't think I was listening. And she was like, you're not listening to me. She did the whole girl argument of, you're not listening to me tell this very fucking boring story. And I was like, oh, I wasn't listening. And she was getting all whiny and pouty and like in a serious way. She was just, you know, in a bad mood, I guess. And I was like, oh, I wasn't listening. And I repeated everything back word for word what she said. And I was like, what did I forget? What did I forget? She didn't want to. And then I got a little annoyed because I was like, I repeated it word for word back what you said. I was listening. I might have been looking somewhere else, but I was listening. I don't need to just stare at you. Like, we can do multitask. And I was like, what did I forget? And she's mad, but she didn't want to. She was like, fuck. I called him out on it, but he fucking remembered everything. And she just walked away. We were fine after that. I was like, you lose. You thought you had me, but you lose. I remember everything. Oh, it was one of my proudest moments in human history, honestly. We gotta take the small victories in life, you guys. Enjoy them. The sad thing was when I was asking her to repeat, what did I forget? I think she forgot what she was talking about. It was so boring. I'm like, dude, you gotta, come on now. And what was the saying they just used in Christopher Lloyd? Isn't that the one thing calling the one thing that? You know that whole saying? Like, isn't the saying in real life, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black, that saying? Like, you literally never remember shit. How are you getting mad at me for you thinking I didn't remember one thing when you do that, like, every day? Like, man, I'm gonna use that line from Star Wars that they keep using. I'm gonna start doing that shit. They used it in Book of Boba and Christopher Lloyd in this last
Resistance
episode.
forces have gathered in the supply
I wish I remember what it
hall.
was,
They
man.
have
That would have been a perfect time to say
They're
it.
moving rapidly to escape. Disperse their forces in the hold. After that, we'll chase them down and annihilate them.
Yeah. My mom, she's not a hoarder. She has some shit saved up. You know, some of it's worth something. Some she's just sentimental. Not a hoarder though. But I couldn't be with hoarders. I can't stop. Like, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do, Mom. If she was a hoarder, like, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna go stand outside and you're gonna sit on a chair and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna drag all this nasty shit out and let's fucking burn it. Or we're gonna throw it in the trash can, throw it away. You don't get to look at it, what's valuable or not. None of that shit. Because most of the time with hoarders, that shit's not valuable. Maybe there's a diamond in the rough somewhere, but realistically, like. And I didn't pick the fucking guy I was supposed to. God damn it. What do we need? We need items. Damn it, Bobby, we're Palpatine. Nobody wants Palpatine. But I appreciate Joey as well. We'll get you an officer here. So let's go die here real quick so we can get items. I completely forgot. I was too busy ranting about hoarders. Pick a topic. I can rant. I don't give a fuck. I would rant about anybody. I don't even have to know what I'm talking about. I'll rant about it. That's just people on Twitter, though.
It's traveling.
Go ahead and kill me. I need items. Oh, speaking of fire, run, Anakin! There's fire! Just jumped into Luke's lightsaber. Watch out, Vader. There's sand and fire. Wow, you're completely useless now. What are you gonna do with burning sand? What? Oh, you can't do nothing.
Purge the resistance. The hold is ours. Chase the enemy down. Now is the test of our assault. Capture the two main exit points so the resistance cannot leave.
Another Anakin.
We'll pluck our prize from the carnage.
Speaking of items, well, goddamn, is this heroes versus villains we're playing? Look at all these motherfucking heroes. Excuse me, that was weird. Yeah, I wouldn't be good at getting with a party. I've watched that show, but yeah, I don't know how much of the show's true and how much of it's not. I'm sure there's a lot of people really like that, but I'm sure they're probably also like fucked it up at some point. Just for the sake of the show, but damn, that's just, yeah.
We've taken the west exit. Ready a final assault on the east.
Like, I even do that with my stuff. Like, I'm not like the perfect spotless dude, but like, what do you have? I forgot what it's called, but I call it like background stuff. That's what I call it. I don't know what I'm sure there's an official word. But like if you just have something on the shelf, let's say, and like you don't even pay attention to it. You see it every day, it's there, but it's just there. Like you don't even pay attention to it. That's the type of shit I like to get rid of. If I don't need it, like dude, what the fuck is this? You just set something there and that just becomes its home and it doesn't. I try to get rid of that stuff. Or not be sad when it's gone. Like realistically, have I ever even used this? Like, I try to. Definitely not one of those like a guy with a table and a flower on the table and that's it. Like that's all that's in the room. Not that, but I could reach about the fast food here. Easy. Shit sucks. Some of it's good. Oh, like those cat ladies with like 50 fucking cats and they find dead cats everywhere. That should be like illegal actually. I don't know, maybe it is, I have no idea. Animal cruelty, whatever you want to call it. If you don't even know when a cat dies, you have too many cats. It's that simple. If you forget how many cats you have too many cats.
Charge, go! A special operative is deployed.
If you have to sleep in a bed with a bunch of cat shit that just stays there, and not just a random fluke thing, you have too many cats. But I'm adopting them, bitch. They're better off in the wild than with you. Shut the fuck up.
Going.
But I just love cats so much, bitch. You don't even know all their names. Shut the fuck up. That's trying to get in trouble. Name that cat, Mom. What's that cat's name right there? What's that cat's name? You don't know, do you? You have too many cats. I swear I'm not. I'd be bad. That's probably not the method you want to handle them. But that's what I would end up doing. I'd probably get in trouble. That's why I couldn't be on the show. Like, stop yelling at your mom. Like, damn it, she's annoying, though.
East exit is primary target.
Yeah, that's gonna be the good thing when my parents ultimately die. It's not gonna be too hard to get this shit out of their house. My mom's still out of all of them. She has the most stuff that she doesn't need, but it's not hoarder level of problems. But I wouldn't say she's the tidiest. Let's put it that way. She has an old piano still somewhere.
Secure the east exit permanently.
She claims is worth something. I think it is worth something to a certain extent, but it's basically just been being used as a table to put shit on, and it has scratches. I'm like, if you're keeping it for the sake of it being worth something, you're not treating it like it's worth something because you're just fucking up its value by scratching it and putting shit on it. So I'm like, that was one of my arguments. Like, make up your mind. Is this thing important? Or is it valuable, or is it just important to you? There's a difference. I think it is worth something. I don't know how much. Probably not even that much. Fuck, I remember that as a kid. I would scratch it and literally make marks on it. Like, it didn't seem that valuable to you if you were like not that mad. Believe me, if I had something worth like 50 grand or something and my kid was scratching it, the kid's gonna die. Like, you're gonna die. You cost me a shit ton of money, you little bitch. Like, you're gonna die.
Change of plan. Resistance transports are landing. Detonate the vehicles at port and starboard positions. Succeed in this and the enemy falls.
I don't pay any attention to that stuff, luckily. Lucky day, lucky day. Oh, we already pushed out. I thought we were still down here. I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched Battlefront 2 stream. When was the last? It was probably like 4 years ago, at least. I think it was when Bruce from Funhouse played it once. That was a long fucking time ago. I think he first played it. I'll check it out. Just because I watch him all the time, but it wasn't because I wanted to see Star Wars content. I really don't even watch gaming streamers too honest. Or too often, to be honest. I used to all the time. I used to watch Funhouse religiously. I'll leave the videos on all night and just start making them bank. Then they all left, and now it's kind of boring.
Port explosives approaching full power.
Oh no, it's worth more than $100. Like, it's a big, nice piano, very old. Like, she had it since she was a kid, and she's like almost 70. And they had it before that, so it's like an old piano that's probably like relatively worth something, but over the years, I don't know. So if she dies one day, I'm 100% gonna call someone to be like, is this worth anything, or is it a piece of shit?
Resistance commander landing.
Oh, it's worth a couple hundred. Bitch, throw it away, man. It's gonna take a couple $100 to move the fucking thing. It's so big and heavy. Fuck that. Because she ain't getting rid of it while she's alive, no doubt. And I'm not keeping it. Fucking pianos. Dude, who the fuck got room for pianos? Maybe I'm just a poor person and then I've got a big enough house. But who the fuck got room for pianos? Like, big actual pianos. Not a little keyboard you can prop up on an ironing board stand. Like an actual fucking big piano made out of like real oak or whatever the fuck they make those things. Back of the day shit. Like, who the hell got room for that stuff? And then it's literally just covered in shit. Like, what is this? Not actual, like, feces, but, like, boxes and stuff. I'm like, what is this?
Should be afraid.
Like, if I even brought up, like, why don't you get it appraised? Why don't you try to sell it now? It makes so much. She would be furious right now. Let's leave. It's not a video. Let's go get Aiden. You've already been on for 2 hours. We've been ranting for too long. Gotta get Officer, and we gotta get Aiden. Uh-oh, my mom just finished watching The Mandalorian. She wants to see how it is. You should bring her on and have her talk. Mom, what did you think about The Mandalorian? I just got done ranting for 2 hours about it. I don't know if it's a baby grand. I don't even know what a baby grand. I've heard it. I don't know. But it's a real piano, not like some little cheap shit. Like, this thing was probably made early 1900s into late 1800s. I would guess. But I don't know.
Traffic control overrun! Systems damage!
I just asked my mom a brief summary. I was like, what do you think of the episode? We have 2 episodes left and we don't even know who the bad guys are. That's my brief summary on it. I don't go in too in-depth with her because she's not into it. But I swear to God, if it ultimately was like, this would have been worth millions, but you guys ruined it. Oh, I'm gonna dig her out of the grave and scream like, God damn it, man. But that shit is heavy as a motherfucker. I remember when we moved as a kid, we had to move it. I mean, I didn't, but the family had to move it. And I remember it being a goddamn fucking nightmare to move that motherfucker. Thank God I wasn't an adult, because I would have broke my back trying to move that shit. Like, I just remember, I haven't even seen it in a long time, but like the legs of it are thick and like big pieces of wood, and it's, like, to me it's probably worth something, but I really don't know. I mean, there's also probably shit pianos out there, but I don't even know. When she ultimately dies, I'm gonna have to go, and if I'm still posting videos, I'll post it and show you guys, but I'll go over there. Let's look at this. Let's look for all the little markings on it. Where what does it say? Beethoven, did you sit in this chair? Yeah, even the lid to open it to see the strings is really heavy. It's one of those, yeah. Got all the strings in there, all the little fucking doohickeys and shit I don't know shit about. Massive. Like, I even remember the last time I tried lifting the lid up with nothing on it, it was so heavy. I was like, it's legit wood. It's not one of those, like, we made it look like wood, but it's really plastic or some shit. It's legit fucking heavy. Doesn't mean it's worth anything, but to me, if you make shit like that, it's probably gonna be more old than now. My mom just asked, do you know who the bad guys are? I'm like, I got theories, but really we don't know. They haven't done shit with the bad guys yet. Just some random fucking TIE interceptors and bombers, but that's as much as we know. That's why I like my mom when it comes to this shit. She likes Grogu and she enjoys it for Grogu, but she's still like, what are we even doing here? If I asked her, what do you like better, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, or this, Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon will shit all over this fucking thing. Like, man, those shows are so good. They're so well written. This one, not so much. Wait, you donated? No, when did you donate? I appreciate it, though. I mean, I could puke on cam. I could. Why isn't it making noise when you guys donate? Hold on. I hope I'm not missing a bunch of donations, because it's not making noise. Usually I go... Oh. Steinway? I don't know. Never heard of it. Maybe I'll ask her. I don't even know. Realistically, I don't even think she knows, to be honest. She just kind of inherited it from her parents. I don't know where they got it, but... Like, my grandma and grandpa were like 80s when I was a fucking kid, so... I'm guessing that goes back to at least early 1900s, 1800s would be my guess, but I have no fucking clue. I am not an expert on pianos in the slightest bit. But I am expert at shooting at fins because I'm racist, that's why. Oh my god, he said it! The truth is out there, he said it! Oh man, imagine if I was a big YouTuber and had like 1 million views. Oh my goodness, the controversies we would have started already. I get why, like, PewDiePie back in the day and some of these guys just say something bad to get the juices flowing and everybody worked up. It's good for business. I mean, honestly, I probably have carved my name in it somewhere. I would not be surprised. I remember using my finger to go down on it. Well, that sounds wrong, finger to go down on it, but yeah, like, scratch at it and shit. It's definitely not in pristine condition, let's put it that way. It's not bad, though. It still works last time I've seen it, and it's literally just sat there, so I would imagine it will still work, or with very little fixing up, it would still work. But again, I wouldn't do any of that. I would call I've watched Pawn Stars. I'm not fucking with shit. This is the way it is. I'm going to call them, and you tell me what to do with it. I'm not going to, I'm going to renovate it to make it worth more. That's not a good idea. Just get it the way it is, and then you ask an expert what to do from there. Like, you don't do anything that you think is the right idea. I've watched Pawn Stars, bitch. Porn and Pawn. I've watched both. I'm an expert in both. $20,000 to $50,000 sounds good to me. I don't want to get my hopes up, though. It's probably not worth much. If I had to guess, I'd say a minimum a couple thousand. It's probably, this is a nice old piano, but it ain't one of the main ones. That would be my guess if I took it in. It'd probably be something like that. I hope it's not just the Pirate Nation. I do think, we kind of talked about it the other day, I think the Pirate Nation is with Thrawn. If they've said they were trying to set up the First Order, I think Thrawn is setting up the First Order. And apparently from the comics or books, again, I forgot that they did use the pirates to help set up their like backdoor dealings to help set up the First Order. So the pirates and criminals are working with the First Order / I think Thrawn, who is ultimately going to set up the First Order. So the pirates would probably be working for him. Like, for example, those pirates going after Navarro could be under his command, where if they get caught or killed, they just look like pirates. It's not the end of the his cover's not blown. And based off how little they've done any exciting shit this season in terms of setting up characters, I really do think it's gonna be Thrawn. It's all roads lead to Thrawn, basically. Just like all roads in this game lead to my teammates not being near me, except Vader. He showed up. He came in flesh. The rest of these guys ain't doing shit. But you know what I mean. Gonna ask about what? What did I miss? What are you gonna ask about? I'm sticking with you, guys. Let's go with him. How's Misa doing today? Oh, just kidding. Can't even get my secondary fire. Oh yeah, I would go down on my piano. I probably humped it as a kid, honestly, man. I humped and fucked everything that was possible. I probably grind it on this leg. I wonder if it makes it worth more. Maybe I'll be famous one day. This is the piano. As a kid, I was humping. I didn't even know what humping was, but I humped the shit out of that motherfucking piano leg. Oh my god, that's a leg he humped. I'm gonna buy that. That's gonna make it worth so much more. You never know. Ooh, Lord Vader. Oh, I shot my feet. Don't mind. Ah, I'm falling. Don't fall, Anakin. Somebody shoot this guy, please. I almost made an incredibly bad joke, but I did it because I'm a good boy. They're gonna have him coming up behind me any second. No? Guessing they'll spawn over there. I want to go over here, but I know the moment I leave, they're gonna come out and push me off. And I'm scared. Okay, let's do it. Let's take the last one over here. Ah, here's Yoda, fucking little bitch! He's got his weak fucking little angry beaver. Yoda does kind of look like an angry green beaver. Shield. Oh, it's done before I died. Oh, I did hit him at least. I helped teammates. Like, this season's been so lackluster in terms of any grand plan. I feel like they have to show someone grand. Like Grand Admiral Thrawn.
You're only halfway there.
I feel like that's the only way they could try to salvage it. Like, they know it's kind of a slow season, so they're gonna have to end on a high note. They're gonna need to fucking stick the landing.
Make your next move.
Like, it's been a boring gymnastic routine, but then they did one move that like no one's ever done, but they have to land the ending, otherwise it's gonna be useless. Kind of the vibe I'm getting here, where it's like, this is pretty boring up to this point. I need to come in clutch here soon. Oh, he's gonna be in a circle, but they have to set him up. They've already said they're working like a Marvel movie, so Thrawn's the overarch. He's the main bad guy that's gonna be the villain in all these things and tie it in. So Gideon being the main bad guy, and I don't think that's a good idea. Even if they have him working for Thrawn, it's just really not that exciting of a Mando show. This would be a very shit season if that's what it ends up. Gideon's back! Wow, this was a waste of time watching this show, honestly. Yeah, Lizzo and Jack Black. And the dude from, what's his name? We literally just said his name. The old guy from Back to the Future. He's in it, and then some other comedian was in it. Like, I don't know who the fuck she is, though, to be completely honest. And I know a lot of comedians. I did not know who she was. So. Clearly, I do not know enough comedians. I think I just got saved by a pole and then died. And then I got saved by a tree and then killed myself. Let's see what my mommy told me. She asked me, who are the bad guys? And she said, Then she said, I thought it was funny when Grogu cheated for the Duchess in the game. That was the most clothes I have seen her wear. Threw me off. She's talking about Lizzo. Damn, I don't know Lizzo, but I don't want to be seeing her without clothes. No offense. I'm into the bigger women too now. You know what I'm saying. But, yeah. I don't want to be seeing her running around in a bikini. Same way I don't want to be seeing me running around in a bikini. The same. Lay, on the other hand, please, by all fucking means. Oh my god, could you imagine, you guys, if they just end on the Gideon's the bad guy, the rant that I'm gonna go on in 2 weeks when this show's done. Oh my goodness. Surprise! Gideon's the main bad guy. He's back. Oh my god, he's back. Oh my god, it's crazy. Talk about if they do that and building up and then just erasing it like they did with Grogu leaving. They'll do the same thing with Gideon where, oh, he's defeated again. Ah, that was it. And then, oh, he's back again. No one's ever really defeated. That's horrible writing, honestly. Wait, we won this game? I thought we were getting raped. What the fuck? Shows how much I'm paying attention. Sorry, just ranting to my mom. Like, I just basically told her when she asked, I was like, I told her, I think the ultimate villain's gonna be Thrawn. I told her about Thrawn before. She doesn't know shit about him. But I go, he's a big blue guy. You see him, you know. He's kind of hard to miss being big and blue. But no, not that blue fucker from the beginning of the season. Or the show. It's probably him who they're ultimately gonna set up. But I said they're not doing a good job setting him up so far. We don't even know who the villains are. There's not even a civil war. We don't know shit. And there's only 2 episodes left. It's not... They're not doing a good job building hype for me. Because I get slow build-ups and then boom, oh, it feels so good when you come like that. But no, they're not doing that in this show. So it's kind of like, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm getting the vibe my mom doesn't like Lizzo. I'm surprised she even knows who she is, honestly. She probably watches all those daytime like news things, so she probably saw her on one of those like concerts they do. Alright, now we need a officer. That is what we are going for here. For the 5 people still watching, but hello to you 5. Almost to 100 likes, 2.5 hours in. Let's go, bro. Well, apparently we can't find just starting lobbies. And I did not pick officer. I thought I switched over. Apparently I did not. Oh, God, imagine Captain Phasma comes out like, son of a bitch. As much as I love BrianF, they already kind of lost me on Phasma. Realistically, it couldn't be her, but you know what I mean. You never know. With Star Wars, you never know. They got time travel now, so I mean, technically anything is possible.
Activating strategic control.
Captain Phasma, I'm an enforcer for Thrawn now. I travel back in time, yeah. I hope we are done with time travel in Star Wars, but I've said it before, I don't want to see time travel again. That shit was stupid as fuck. As much as I love Ahsoka, and that being how they keep her alive. Well, I don't love that. That's how they kept her alive. I like that she's still alive, but unfortunately, that's the way they had to do it. That's what that means. This blurg is packing some punch right now.
Now targeting the palace.
I mean, I don't think we'll get a Palpatine clone, but I swear to... Well, actually, it wouldn't make sense. So. I was going to say, if they do have one, he better be in his prime, being some bad motherfucker. But that wouldn't make sense, because in the last one, he's already old, so he would have to be better now. Maybe they'll go down the route. He ultimately gets a young clone body, and he starts fucking shit up like a badass. Then Ahsoka and Luke team up to bring him down or something. And then now he gets away again, and now he only has the old body because it's all the... They damage the clone stuff, but I... There's a spitball in here. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, that's what everybody's saying with this Bad Batch episode, with Tech dying. I love Tech. He was my favorite one, but I don't want him to come back. So please don't. I even... who was it Eckhart's Ladder? I don't remember. Somebody I follow on Twitter that's Star Wars related put a poll, like, is he dead or not? And last I looked, it was 50-50. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. You guys really think he's still fucking alive? Fuck, I hope not.
Activating strategic control circuit.
Basically, all I'm asking for, I just want these last 2 episodes to be bomb as fuck. We get something happening. We help set up Thrawn, whether it's in this show or an end credit scene. And we go into Ahsoka, and we have a damn good motherfucking time with good funny shit, but also good writing. That's all I want. And some badass fucking scenes. If I could pick, I would have Ezra be a bad guy, so Ahsoka has to duel him, and we get some actual lightsaber combat. Good lightsaber combat, too. Not this shit we've been getting of late, where they just kind of stand there and poke each other with sticks. I want to see some bouncing ass Ahsoka. I would love to watch her ass bounce, literally, but I mean, like, lightsaber fights.
Exterminate the Republic forces.
Well, you know what? Then you probably don't want to be here, because this channel is fucking dead.
Grenade prime.
We used to get to 100 likes in like the first like 20 minutes sometimes. Now we're almost at 3 hours and we're still not even that close. I feel like they're gonna have to try to explain why he died, but even then, he literally just held lightning down and she just held block. If we're gonna put it in gaming terms, it really wasn't that great of a fight. I mean, sadly, I didn't even think of that, Joey. I mean, fuck, that sounds a little too plausible. Let's fucking hope not. I mean, realistically, how old is Phasma? And how old would she be at the time of this? So, I don't know.
Circuits.
But in terms of her having the armor that's really shiny, like, oh fuck, you know what? I thought they said it was made out of one of the Naboo ships they just showed, like Padme's ship from the old movies, or the prequels. Some of the old movies. For some people, old movies. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, or just something I heard, somebody talking. No idea.
Overriding the East Station.
Hello, Jay.
This operation has failed.
It's so nice having the house to myself now. Oh my god. It's a holy week over here, so everybody got off, which means family members coming out the fucking yin-yang everywhere. Oh my god, don't try to go to an ATM over here when it's an off day, because everybody uses ATMs here. Jesus Christ. But none of them know how to use it again, side note. We went down to get some money from the ATM so we could pay a bill, and I went around the corner and looked at the line. It was just so long, I just walked home. Like, fuck it, we'll have to find another way. Fuck that shit. That's why you gotta pay the bills a little early, so you got wiggle room. And I'm like, fuck that, dude, the line was so long. And that's the defending side. Let's see if we can get the attacking side for one last match. And get some good shit here. Try to wake up and actually get a video. Because we didn't get a video today. Not even fucking close. We're just ranting. That's one of the main problems I've had with Palpatine coming back. Like, Palpatine literally is one of the most ultimate villains in TV history or movie history. Like, he played both armies against them. He outsmarted everybody. And I don't even like the way he died in the old original movies. He just gets picked up and thrown. Like, wow, that sucks. Okay, he comes back. He literally just shoots lightning and she holds block and he dies. Like, how are you this badass who just sucks? I don't understand. That's why, as much as it didn't make sense, I kept saying, like, if they brought Palpatine back, he needs to be in a young clone body and show some shit. But again, that also has some problems, because I don't think Rey should be beating Palpatine. But, fuck, I also don't like the way she just held block and he was like, yeah, I'm going to keep shooting at you even though I'm killing myself. It just doesn't make sense. Like, even when he loses the duel to Mace Windu, maybe I'm just looking into it, but I even remember watching it originally and being like, I think he lost on purpose. He's trying to tempt Anakin, because you even look, he's like, I'm too old, and then you see him glance over towards Windu or Anakin with that, like, mischievous look in his eye, like it's ultimately his plan. He knows he's okay, but he's trying to appear weak so he can get Anakin to turn. Like, it looks like he's even orchestrating that fight. Like, he knows he's gonna fuck Windu up. I know people don't like that, like, Windu's amazing, you know, I mean. But it looks like he had that under control too. And then you see how he dies in the movies. Sadly twice. I'm like, what is this? Like, good, any Ukraine news? No, not really. There's not much going on in Ukraine. Russia's basically on the defensive. They're taking back moves slowly but surely. They hold most of the city now. Some of the Ukrainian side that I keep watching, they are a little, I don't want to name his name. Because he is a Ukrainian and he is very pro-Ukrainian, but he's a little too pro-Ukrainian where he's like, he's still acting like, we still hold back. I'm like, dude, they hold like most of it. Like, you're still fighting in the city. That is true. but he's acting like they're not really doing a whole lot. I'm like, they are ultimately taking it. I do agree that it's not really going to amount to anything, but let's be honest, they are slowly taking it, and they will ultimately take it unless a counteroffensive comes any day now there to stop it, which I don't see happening. But basically, the latest news is Ukraine has built up a lot of their forces, and they're just waiting for the weather to be good for a counterattack. That seems like where it is. So could happen in a few days, could happen next month, but they need... It's Ukraine's turn to throw a punch. They need to throw a punch. Pretend it's a turn-based strategy game like Pokemon or something. Charizard just attacked Pikachu. It's Pikachu's turn to attack back, and we're just waiting to see what he chooses. That's basically where Ukraine is right now. Ukraine's Pikachu. We're just waiting for the move. And Russia's just sitting there on defense, waiting to try to take the hit as well as they can, and then it's their turn again. So far, nothing's really happening.
Control the enemy's fire. Do it.
No, I'd be a horrible movie director. Nowadays, you need to factor in all the emotional, what it means to be included. I'm not good at that because I will call that shit out right away. I don't give a fuck. I'd be horrible at that. My favorite movie's Rush Hour. I really like Bullet Train here as a modern movie. I fucking love that shit. That movie, I've seen it so many times that I laugh every fucking time I say it. I know the joke's coming, I still laugh. Now, I didn't think I would ever really get a movie like that again as an adult, where like it comes out, it's just like comedy action, but like you can just keep watching it. Usually I don't really like comedy actions nowadays, but Bullet Train I fucking love. For whatever reason. But it's not like an Oscar-winning movie, I would imagine. What is Grammy's music? Right out. They gotta be horrible with this shit. Well, we got a hero. Let's just get Aiden again, since she was the last hero donated for.
They aren't ready for the fire that comes next.
Ray would go to Ukraine to pick up the rocks in the dead way. No. If it was Star Wars, that's how it would go. I mean, there's been a lot of, it's not really big news, but a lot of, I guess you can call them terrorist/partisan attacks, depending on what side you're on. Down in Melitopol and that, the Ukrainian side is blowing up a bunch of dudes with car bombs. Plus, they just had the bomb go off in that cafe in Russia and kill that whatever guy. So there's a lot of that going on, but that's really not that interesting to me. I'm here for the big attacks. I want to see the tactics. What units are where? Who's going what? Who's doing what? Oh, the first guards army or tank army's fighting this, or you know, all their like special guards and shit. You know, Russia loves putting guard in front of it, like, oh, they're the good. What's it called? The first guards tank army, whatever they're called. What is that? I think I'm right. They're the ones who held in Izium during the Kharkiv route. Those motherfuckers, they were holding on. They were some bad motherfuckers. All their units around them were leaving. They're like a Battlefront team. Like your team's abandoned you, but you're holding on, fighting to the end. That was the Russian unit there. But they ultimately lost. But they were holding on for dear life. Like, where are they stationed? Who's going against them? You know, that type of shit. That's what I'm into. Almost like it's a sports game. Like, oh, what Ukrainian unit's gonna take on that unit? Like, oh, this will be interesting. As sad and weird as that is. Like, where are they positioned? Where do the Russians put their best units? I love doing that type of shit. Like, I remember after the Bucha massacre, I was looking, like, I forgot the unit what it was now.
Where are they hiding?
Can't remember their name, but they had a certain unit that they what do you call? Figured out that did the massacre. So I was looking on the map where all the units that we know are positioned. Whether that's from the Russian soldiers and the units talking, or just from what we know. We're like looking like, where's this unit at? Because I know the Ukrainians are going to want to wipe this unit. So where are they at? Fall on them around. I think they ultimately went to Izium at one point. I don't know if it's true or not. We're just getting strafed. Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun being strafed all day? like I just killed Bosk with a jet trooper. Sorry, boss, that was not my intent. Getting strafed again. Nothing I can do, because they're strafers. I don't know how many Abrams they have, but I remember saying I didn't think the Challengers that Britain sent were going to see frontline service, but then they upped the number, so I actually do think they will. So that's good, and I know they got a lot of Leopards now. But they've been training. That's the main thing. Nobody... I mean, the media's not really covering this shit right now. They're not into the Ukraine war because nothing's really going on. So a lot of people don't know, but, like... That's why I keep saying Russia's... They're kind of in a bad spot right now. Like, they've been on the offensive for the most part. Some are saying if this was the big offensive... I'm kind of split, because, man, if this was the Russian big offensive, Jesus Christ, their military is incapable of shit, then. They have not done any success anywhere, really. They still haven't taken Bakhmut, despite basically a year of trying to get it, and a massive offensive supposedly launched. So I'm still kind of split if that really is the big Russian offensive. But the thing they don't talk about is Ukraine has not been going on big offensives anywhere. They've been holding the line, which is a massive line with not a small amount of units. They have a shit ton. But Ukraine also kept a shit ton of units in reserve to keep them fresh and then get them training on the new NATO equipment that's going to get sent. So what a lot of people aren't factoring in, Ukraine's about to send a bunch of fresh troops with some pretty good fucking equipment and training that some of them have already seen combat. They got taken off the line and went in. But a lot of these units that are getting tired and bogged down in Bakhmut or anywhere on the line aren't necessarily going to be the ones on the offensive, wherever this big Ukrainian offensive is. It's going to be a bunch of fresh troops. So if those fresh troops with the good training and the good equipment attack a Russian line that is weak, that could see some success, because these guys are going to be high morale, high equipment, or good equipment, good training, and they're going to be fresh. That's going to be the biggest thing. Nobody really factoring that in, where Russia might not be as fresh right now, especially depending on where the attack comes. So it's going to be a big day once that offensive ultimately starts. It's going to be a big moment in the war that nobody talks about. Well, eventually it will get talked about, but we're about to be starting a very, very big battle here. Probably one of the biggest battles since World War II in terms of, like, severity. Like, if Ukraine wins this battle, it could be huge. If they get shit on and lose, it could be huge. Like, this is just one of those big battles that's going to take place, and it's just going to be interesting to see how it plays out in live now. Like, I studied World War II and all these other wars, but they were before I was born. Now we're literally getting to watch it live. Sometimes literally live. Like when they attacked the nuclear plant while we were streaming, and then we were like, dude, there's literally the Russians attacking a nuclear reactor area right now on stream. You can see tanks, you can see the missiles, you can see the RPGs and all that shit. It's like, what the fuck? We get to watch this war live. So we're gonna get to see that attack. It's gonna be interesting. Like, that's one of the reasons I kept saying that the place they're gonna attack, I still think this is it, is gonna be in Zaporizhia to break the Russian land bridge. If you want to deal the biggest loss you can deal in this attack, to me that would be there. But the reason I'm kind of getting a vibe, it could be Bakhmut, maybe that's what they're bluffing, because like I just said about troops that are bogged down and not fresh, Russia has been grinding there with so many units all this time. Those units there have got to be grinded down so bad. So if a whole shit ton of new Ukrainian units with better equipment attacks one of the flanks near there, it could lead to a collapse of the Russian line in that area. Possibly. That's why I'm like, maybe they would do that. But I'm still not really sure. I don't know if that's a move I would make. Like, there's pros and cons to making that move, but
Taking control of the West Hangar.
because there's a lot of like espionage. Like, it's kind of like the lead up to D-Day, where we were like putting fake balloons out here. We were sending fake messages like, oh, we're gonna attack here. You know, the Germans moved their units there. That's kind of what's happening now, where last few weeks everybody's been expecting, the Russian side's been expecting a counterattack in Bakhmut. But is that true? Is that what we're just saying to make them think there, so they'll send the reserve units to the line there, and then you attack them somewhere else? Like, there's so much going on right now, we just don't really know.
point. Go in.
Wait, why am I assault? We need to be officer. That's not officer, and I just clicked on it. I just see whips of doom back here just spinning in a circle. I don't even see him, but he's there killing people.
Signal from command. We have an elite operative on site.
We took a lot of his health, but we missed most of the shots. I think I'm talking to myself now. Ninja, I want to suck your dick. You're so sexy. I know. But I have a girlfriend. I can't. She'll never find out. Ooh, okay, let's go now. Oh, shit.
Skywalker has been spotted.
One of those guys. There's a turret. I'm gonna die immediately. My turret did get a kill though. Holy shit. We haven't had any turret kills of late. No shit. Let's just give Vader.
Your destiny lies with me. No escape. Worthless.
Wookiee 2 though? Too many Wookiees the last couple days.
No.
He missed him? I think I'm choking him, but he didn't get choked. I don't know. Got a lot of hit markers there.
We have the hangars. Additional snowtroopers will join our strike force. Regroup and rearm for the final assault.
Fill up stamina, I need you.
Our mission is to ground the enemy transports by cutting off their fuel supply. Bomb the
Throw the
fuel
saber?
stations,
I'm
pipes,
gonna throw the
and
saber.
depots.
There you
When
go.
that is done,
Little late, but you
rebels
threw
will
it.
be trapped on Hoth. We will be victorious.
We got a dead Lando on our hands.
Lovely. All smiling faces.
Ah, tried swinging on it like it's baseball. Watching too much baseball of late. Maybe I was mind tricked by Kenobi earlier. I just realized it was Kenobi here. Maybe that's what it was. Oh, well, as I hit force choke, Anakin already force choke me. So many grenades.
Countdown aborted! They retook the fueling station!
there was a hero too. Alright, done.
Starting sweep. Timing the fueling station.
You will know the power of the dark side. A valiant effort. Now you face power.
Stamina. I'm gonna need you to go up here soon. We're running out of tickets. We gotta get in here. Drop him off the map. Where did she go? Oh, there's a Lando still. And they're behind me. They're always behind me. Look at it here. No, I thought it was a BB-8 or something rolling on it. They're both armed though. Oh, just missed that. Gotta stay on it. Oh, they got it. Teamwork. Thoughts on the new Matter episode? You're a little late. We talked about it all stream. I don't do shit. I sit here all day.
Clear the depot.
Trying not to overheat. Oh, it's armed again? I thought it was over.
Going in tight. Elite reinforcements arriving. Depot charges offline.
Well, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get off now. Bye. See you guys later. Bye. Shout out to all those who donated. We could not do this without you.
The rebels have
100% true statement.
Our
They're
mission is
definitely
over.
not. So, bye. See you guys. Hopefully tomorrow if the internet works, but we'll find out.